Okay, we are live.
We are live?
We are.
This is good. This is a good thing. So hi, everyone. Welcome to Hack Shack Studios. I am Thibert, 35 years invested in this wacky comic book industry that we know and love. Working mainly Marvel DC, have done Image stuff, a little creator-owned for Image, a little book called Black and White. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit in this chat. We also have the lovely, talented Taylor Grasso.
Hello, everybody. I'll be here reading your chats, and me and Art co-wrote this book together. Look at the beautiful artwork. Well, this one we didn't co-write, but Black and White we did. The one you're seeing here is new.
There is some writing in this book, though.
There is. Who did the forward for you in this?
Who did the forward?
Didn't somebody do a forward?
Hey, can you do me a big favor? We can leave this here, but I'll show them the other book. I can show them the forward. Yeah. No, it was awesome. He's a good friend, and he was so cool to do this. So, anyways, while I'm showing this, actually, you should
explain what this is.
Yeah, what this is.
Yeah, so like I said, we wrote Black and White together, but this book is not Black and White. This is
I don't know how this survived.
Oodles of doodles and other stuff too, which is Art's first hardcover art book. As you can see, it's a nice hardcover kind of coffee table type book. Look at my feet right now. It looks like it's a little close knit. You might want to move it. I'm going to give you a preview so you can see.
Move it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that book itself, but just when you're...
This book here?
No, the one you're showing, just...
move it up.
There we go.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry about that. You guys, the YouTube preview is totally inaccurate to what you guys see, and you should fix that, YouTube. But this is Oodles of Doodles, other stuff too. It's a 52-page hardcover art book, and it collects about 35 years of Art's work. There's a lot more. There's several books that I think you could fill, Art, but this was your first.
Yeah, and we do have volume 2, but this is volume 1. So yeah, there's a lot of artwork in the archives here. But to answer your question, Taylor, this is a foreword by the great Kevin Nolan.
Ooh.
So Kevin Nolan was nice enough to write some kind words about me and this book. And I am forever grateful to him. It was very nice of him to do this. So I don't know if you can read this. And also this right here is a Batman drawing that I drew and that he inked. I think we did this in Ohio.
It was at a con, right?
Yeah, it was at a con. And so I still have this drawing. So it was very cool to see Kevin draw over my pencils. So yeah, so this is the next project. This is the dust cover version, and this is the. You want to explain the cover?
Yeah, this one has. This is what is underneath that dust cover, and you can see it looks real shiny in some spots, and it is real shiny. It's because we kind of did a spot. Well, not kind of. We did a spot UV effect. So the cover, like when you turn it and stuff, there's spot UV, which means that there's shiny, almost raised looking parts, like the font and White's figure you can see there in the bots. It gives it a really cool effect. This is a super nice book. Like, we're really proud of how this turned out.
Yeah, so she is UV, the logo here is, and the foreground robots here are. So the background, I think the only thing that isn't is the background.
Yeah, so that's kind of like a matte. And I think all of the font on the spine and stuff, you guys can't see it, but that's all spot UV'd. We did a lot of interesting, I think, creative stuff on this book because we kind of collabed in putting it together. And we kind of did a lot of, I think, interesting ideas you don't see on a lot of art books. It's a very nice high-end book.
Yeah, I don't want to show too much off. We still have a little bit of time to let you guys in on what this book is and what it's all about. But we're thinking... we have a tentative date of next week to launch this on Indiegogo, but it will probably be the week following, probably around, I don't know, the 20th, 19th, 20th of this month, just because we're getting a late jump on this. We've been really busy with actually doing the Black and White book and trying to get that done as quickly as we can for you guys. So, yeah, so we have this, and feel free to chime in, you guys, in the chat as always. Taylor's going to be reading
We got a few
Good chat.
comments, and spread the word about this book because, like Art said, we kind of don't have a lot of time to promote this, so we're trying to get it out there in the public eye as much as possible, so that when Oodles is launched on Indiegogo, it has its best foot forward. And we are launching this, like Art said, while Black and White is still up. Black and White is still in demand right now. You can see Art's working on it. We're working on it every day. Rest assured, every hour goes into working on this book.
Okay, I'm going to be tightening up the pencils on this. However, I'm using the light box. So this top piece that you see here is the light box. So
you won't see that till later.
You're going to be just looking at this.
But basically, this Oodles campaign is going to help. Obviously, we'll get this really cool book out to you guys, when all of you guys that are interested, and it'll help supplement us while we continue working on Black and White and getting that out. So this isn't going to take time away from us working on this book.
Yeah, the book's already done, as you can see. That's why we've been showing you the book. It is already done. The files are done. And we've been talking to the printer, Asia Korea. They did such an amazing job on printing this book. I cannot even... You guys just have to see this book, hold this book. It is so amazingly well done. I usually don't gush. I have a big collection of art books and things like that. Some are better than others. I think this is the best art book I've ever seen. I'm not just saying that because it's my art book.
No, it's beautiful.
It's really nicely done. It's printed very well. And showing it on camera isn't even going to do it justice. So we have that.
Yeah, we were in awe, I think, even of the proofs when they sent them back to us. I'm going to read a couple questions.
Oh, well, let me just finish the thought. Yeah, so Asia Korea is back on board. So they will be printing this book up for you guys. So hopefully the orders are really good so we can get the order count higher, so the print runs will be cheaper. However, it doesn't really matter. I'm probably gonna eat some cost on this thing just because it's an expensive book, and I just want to get it back out there and just, being creative people like Taylor and I are. The main thing is always to try to get the product in front of as many people as possible, and sometimes we take a little bit of a cut to do that.
Yes.
But I think in the long run it's worth it.
Yeah, these things are not cheap to make, for sure. And like Art said, it's a really beautiful book. I'm trying to get the best costs on it as possible to produce it. And I think you guys are going to like it.
Yeah, it's really nice. And like I said, we were thinking the 12th, but that's a little too quickly. And we need to get the word out. So please, if you guys are listening and you're so inclined, help us get the word out that Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too will be available soon.
On Indiegogo.
Only on Indiegogo.
Let's see.
Oh, wait. Oh, go ahead. Read it. You were going to embarrass me too, but go ahead.
Well, somebody brought it up.
Oh, did they already?
Rhaegar said, Art tried to sing a Kiss song last night. It didn't go well.
Wait a minute. The only one who said it didn't go well was Mike, and Mike hates me, so... Well,
not just Mike. Rhaegar now, too.
Rhaegar hates me, too.
I thought it was a very good effort.
Oh, God, what was it? Somebody compared me... I think Ethan compared my singing... Was it to Nasser's writing? And then...
I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure if I got this right. It was late, and I was really tired.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. He said a couple things. I don't know if they're good or bad. I'm still reeling. But everybody in the chat was just like, kick Art. So, yeah.
Well, they didn't, so I guess.
I don't even know. When they say kick whoever, that's just...
Boot you out of the stream?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. It can't be a literal kick, right? Because...
You guys gotta keep pushing the Kiss angle in all of Mike's streams, every single one.
Yeah.
It's the only way. Eventually we'll get you guys to draw Ace on there.
Ace is the place.
Gonzo the Great says, I'm in. How do I get it? Referring to Oodles and Doodles.
Oh my gosh, Gonzo, you are awesome.
Well, keep an eye on Indiegogo. We will be keeping you guys up to date every step of the way on when this will go live. Let's see. F Google says, looks good, but needs more boobs. Rest assured there are more in the interior.
It needs more boobs.
You don't know how many there are. Don't dismiss it.
You know, that should be a selling point. We should actually do a count.
Of how many?
52 pages.
And 36 boobs.
Yeah, and 47 boobs.
Melinda Contrado says, hi, Art. And
I'm sorry, Melinda, what are you talking about?
Hi, Art and Pam. John Contrado here. Hi, Melinda. Pamela isn't here. I'm actually Taylor, but I'll pass on your hello.
Is John here in the chat?
He is.
Hey, Pamela! John is in the chat. Get your butt up here.
I think she's coming.
Yeah, John, she's coming. John works for the city here, and he has beautified the heck out of our little hamlet called Corona, and he put some trees up and some nice foliage on the side of the hill here, so we didn't have to look at dirt and rock and weed. So we are forever grateful to John Contrado. John Contrado is the city guy, right?
Yeah.
He's in the chat. And he was calling Taylor Pamela.
Oh.
He wanted to say hello.
Oh, tell him hi.
No, you tell him hi. We're live.
Hi, John.
And thank you, John, for being number 900, who
Yes.
Our 900th backer of Black and White.
Yes, thank you so much. And also, I haven't directly thanked you for the keeping up the city here so well with all the trees and you know what is the shrub that he planted over here? That nice ground cover? Do you know the name of it?
No, but he should see the hill now since the fire burned it.
Yeah, but he didn't have anything to do with that, or did he?
Accusations.
They do call him the Torch Contrado. No, they don't. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
They say that because he lights up your life.
I love
Wait, so Melinda Contrado, is that John? Is that the same last
his wife.
name? Is it?
Yeah.
John says, don't forget taking the hill down 100 feet.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, he dates back to that.
He's the one we first met him when they kicked us out of here.
Are you kidding?
Our first month
Really?
of buying this house.
Well, now you have to tell that story.
Yeah, why?
The hill moved 6 inches in one day because of the rain in 93.
Okay, you guys, this is how California is. California is hard as a rock when there's no rain. Okay, so it's a clay soil. So the clay is as hard as a rock when it's dry. So that hill is not going to move. But what happens when it gets soaked and saturated, it's kind of an oil base and it becomes like lubricant for the hill. So once it gets so soaked, it's kind of like somebody put some grease in the hill and then the hill just starts moving.
Like the hill ate Taco Bell.
And
Yeah.
it's right.
Yeah, just like that.
It's right behind our house.
Oh shit! What did I just do?
Oh,
Go
no.
ahead, keep talking.
And so, yeah, we had been here 1 month and it was
Our life savings.
yes, everything. The police came knocking on the door at 12:30 at night and made us leave. And they put the caution tape and the red signs like that said quarantine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And we had no idea where to go. We didn't know the area.
Yeah, we'd only been here a month. Oh, tell them about the hotel that we finally.
Oh
Okay, you guys. Honesty isn't always the best policy. And so we were very, very honest with hotels when we were checking in because we had one cat, right?
Yes, one cat.
We had one cat, so we were like, "Do you accept pets?" Right?
Super weak.
Yeah. So we're checking all over town. So all the good hotels are like, "Oh no, you cannot check in. Oh no, you cannot check in with the pet. So we finally found, what was this
The
place?
Super 8.
Is that what she said?
Or,
Oh yeah, motel, yeah. Yeah. And how does Rhaegar know? Did we tell the story already?
I don't know.
I don't think you guys. I haven't heard this story.
Okay, well, keep telling the story.
Oh, so we check in, and of course the cat, as soon as we put her down, she is under the bed.
Wait! You're not. You got to tell the story first. Explain what the hotel was like.
Well, I am.
Yeah, but you got to say it before you tell the.
Oh well, it was a horrible hotel. And so the cat,
when you check. Okay, I'm sorry. When you check into a hotel and the lobby has a bulletproof glass at the check-in, you know it's a bad place, right?
You're extra safe.
Yeah.
So anyway, the cat disappeared. I mean, there must have been smells in there that she was.
They had a guy walking, like a security guy walking the perimeter.
And so we're sitting, and the only place to sit was on the very edge of the bed, and we're looking around. And we see on the wall opposite the bed all these holes that were like slits, like an inch long.
What?
And there were like, 50 of them or something.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. And by the way, the bed was not level. Like one of the legs was broken. Yes! So I'm also not sitting on a level bed. I'm sitting on a cockeyed bed, right? So I'm in shock that I'm going to lose my life savings, my house. My cat, I can't even find. Pamela's, well, you weren't crying. You're tougher than that, but you were not happy. And so then I'm just staring at the wall across from the bed. Yeah, and like Pamela said, there's like 50 slit holes in it.
Art finally figured out someone had sat on the bed and just threw a knife at the wall.
They were exactly where I was sitting. Looking exactly the same place I was, but they were tossing a knife into the wall.
So you can see where the knife sunk in every single time.
Yeah, they were knife slots.
Oh, God.
So trust me, the next day when we came back and the police and the city were like, no, you can't move.
I'm sorry I'm embellishing, but the cat did not eat and did not use the litter box the whole night.
So,
and neither did you guys.
That's right.
I don't even think we slept, right?
I was afraid.
And the guy, the security guy, he had a flashlight, so you could see a flashlight walking past your window like every 10 minutes. Like it's the warden and we're in prison.
So the next day
did you guys have to pay for this?
We paid in more ways than one.
So the next day when we met up with the city and the police, I was so mad. I was just jumping in their faces, and Art was trying to hold me back.
We have this routine, my wife and I, and she does this. She can disarm the toughest dude I've ever seen, and she's just like disarming the city. These are city people. These are police officers and stuff. And she's like in their face. Oh, we just got a
super chat.
Super chat. Thanks, Marksy. What does it say?
Do you understand that the consumer mentality over black white being unfinished can and will hurt sales of oodles? Sales would be better if you could wait. Yeah, we kind of talked about it. We talked it over. And oodles, since it's already a finished product, isn't going to take time away from us to produce. So we're really doing it and putting it out to supplement the time it's going to take to continue and finish oodles.
Yeah, this wasn't exactly planned, and it's not optimal, but we do need a little extra time or money to give us extra time to finish black and white. So I really appreciate your input, Mark. I really do, and I think in a perfect world, and had we understood, I guess, the venture that we're on right now a little bit better, hindsight's always 20/20. This is probably the best thing that we can do right now to stay in this creator-owned realm and not go back to DC, which, by the way, I didn't tell you this, Taylor, but the other day we were offered Deathstroke.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's the book you think you were working on when I came in.
Yeah, the calls are still coming in. So it's tempting, but that's why the Oodles of Doodles book.
Because Oodles is meant to kind of help supplement us while we continue work on Black and White and get that out to you guys. And if you guys are already backers or whether you're not, you could read. We have an update specifically about this exact subject matter. So trying to repeat myself too much.
Written from the heart.
Yeah. So basically, with the remastering process that we did ended up becoming way more extensive. So, in order to get the book out the quality that we want, it is going to take more time. Obviously, we didn't meet our first deadline. And
we're very sorry about that.
Yeah. So apologies to that. I think you guys kind of saw that coming because if you've subscribed to the channel, you're pretty much subscribed to the behind the scenes process of making this book. So you know that we've been working on it. I think every single stream, it's us working on the book. So
yeah, you're probably sick of seeing this stuff.
So by the time you get the book, you're probably going to recognize a lot of this stuff. And we've been working really diligently, but Oodles is a way to help bring in some income, get you guys a good product, and supplement while we get this while we get this Black and White out.
Yes. So where were we, Pamela? Oh, Good Cop, Bad Cop.
As the last Orion said, best hotel ever.
No, it wasn't. It might. Well, we have a good story.
Yes.
But yeah. Okay, Good Cop, Bad Cop. You're tearing these guys a new.
Yes, and they didn't want to let us move back in because, hello, a hill moving 6 inches in one day is a big thing.
Unsafe.
So John, I think, John Contrado is the one I think that came up with the idea. He said to them, he said, let them move in, but he said, we'll get plywood and drill it into the whole back of the house. And he said, and then they can move all the furniture from the back of the house to the front of the house.
And I said, like, if the hill does come down, we'll be on the second floor. So who's better, to know that the hill is falling or whatever than the people that live there. So we can, you know what I mean? Like we can get the word out and we'll be on the second floor. So I think we'd be relatively safe, right?
Right.
Oh no.
So that's what they did. And we still have the holes where they drilled into the back of the house to put stucco or to put these huge sheets of plywood the whole length of the back of the house.
Wow.
This is a nice house, a nice neighborhood, but the back of the house kind of looked like it was in like the ghetto, as Elvis says. Yeah, so it looked, but we're thankful. We are really, really thankful. But it looked pretty bad.
But it saved the house.
Yes.
Well, fortunately, the hill didn't come down because FEMA and the city put up this queen. They pretty much just put plastic along the entire hill.
And that was John.
That was John and his guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you, John.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You saved Hack Shack Studio.
Yeah. And beautified Corona.
Death Dealer Zero says The Knife Hole Hotel by Nasser.
Oh, that could be the next mystery novel.
Let's see. The DJ
Okay, Pamela just dropped the mic and left.
Well, I thought I was done with my story.
Mic drop. Did you hear it feedback? Thump.
Threw it on the ground. The DJD show says, I'm in no hurry. Take your time. Art rocks as much as Kiss.
Oh, well,
Aww.
Thank you guys. And we are working round the clock on this. So even when we do these YouTube, we're working. Taylor's doing some remastering right now on the computer. And I am working on, is it 38?
That's funny because I'm working on page 37.
37.
I work on 37. I think you are 38. 38.
Yeah, that's the
We never stop.
the white. Oh, I shouldn't say.
Don't
Yeah,
say-
it's a cool page.
Rhaegar says, Art can make up his own edgy anti-hero. Meth stroke. He's a bounty hunter superpowered for meth.
Meth stroke.
We don't really have a drug-addicted hero. It's time. I agree.
It is time. Well, we have to, like, in society now, we have to accept all the bad behaviors of people. So why not make a hero? Didn't they do one, The Pro or something, she was like a hooker?
Yeah, it was okay.
She's a hooker with a heart.
It was funny for like 2 minutes, and then it like tried to take itself seriously. Sorry, Amanda Connor. I didn't like it. Let's see.
Did she ever get around to your...
She did not.
Oh, that's why you hate her.
She never did my hand turkey.
Okay, you gotta tell the hand turkey story.
Okay, so I collect artist hand turkeys, specifically comic book and animator hand turkeys.
Gobble, gobble.
And I have a collection of them. So every con I go to, I ask different artists to do hand turkeys. I think the latest one...
So it's a tracing, basically. They trace the hand.
Yeah,
right?
they trace the hand. The only one who didn't do a straight up turkey was... oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. The creator of Hellboy.
Mike Mignola.
Mike Mignola. Yeah, he did a little crown. Anyway, I always get them to do hand turkeys. And for 2 years in a row, I asked Amanda Connor to do hand turkeys. The first year she said yes and to come back. And then when I came back, she was gone. Like she had left the con. And then...
Just because of you.
The next year I asked her and she was like, oh yeah, I remember. And she's like, I'm a little busy right now. If you come back later, I'll do it for you. So I was like, okay. So I came back the next day at the con. She's like, I'm still busy. And now it's been like 3 years. And I guess she's still busy because I never got it.
I told you that Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor and myself, we were at some DC like movie preview thing. And I had the nerve to go, yeah, I work with Taylor Grosso in the studio. Do you know her? And they were kind of like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, she was just wondering if she could get a hand turkey. And then Amanda Connor was like, of course. Just have her hit me up at the next con.
Yeah, she took a very loving picture with me, like where she's like hugging me. Like you would have thought that we were best friends. But that picture symbolizes that I still don't have a hand turkey from her.
Well, now that you've come out Comicsgate,
no, I really never get one.
You're never gonna get one. No one's ever even gonna smile at you at a con.
I'm gonna take it from her by force.
You're gonna be the most hated person at the con.
She took it. I mean, she didn't give it to me, and by doing that, she made an enemy.
Yeah, if you don't give Taylor things, she gets mad and she'll hate you.
Only because she said she would. Like, just tell me no if you don't want to do it. Oh, Gonzo the Great asked about the Oodles book. Will you be offering a tier with a personalized sketch inside the book?
Yes, we will. And we're going to kind of set a parameter for the head sketches. So it's going to be like you have, like a small catalog of drawings to choose from.
Yeah, we'll have like a list of characters just because since we'll be working on black and white and stuff, we don't have a whole lot of time for research. So we're going to have a list of characters that are kind of already know.
Yeah, that I can draw relatively quick that I have, in my memory banks.
Yeah, and Art's drawn a lot of characters, so that's not to say that.
Yeah, it's not going to be limited by any stretch of the imagination. It's just probably not going to have any Transformers in it.
Yeah, you've probably drawn every popular female DC Marvel character by now, I would think. And
their personalities.
And if you want to see some of Art's work, follow the social media links in the description below.
Thank you.
Battle Angel Alita next week. Hack Shack review, says Rhaegar.
Oh, God. I don't know if I want to give that movie my money, to be honest. They did fix the ad. Have you seen the ad, Taylor?
Yeah, her eyes don't look as giant.
Yeah, well, she's all angry, so they're like more squinted. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't look as bad in the ad, but every time I see it, I wonder why they didn't just do a straight up animated movie, like just like everybody's CGI.
Yeah, and also I don't understand how this got through the okay process. It seems like somebody, like when they pitched this, like this is the Gollum, Battle Angel version, and like wouldn't that be that's more of a joke, right? It's like how we kid around the studio. Like it's a gag. Like you'd come to me, it's like, hey, Art, here's the new design for white. And she looks like Gollum.
And then we both laugh.
And then we laugh and then we never pursue it.
And we throw it in the trash and don't bring it to James Cameron.
Yeah. But then, it gets to James Cameron. He's like, yes, let's do the Gollum Battle Angel. At the very least, isn't she supposed to look cute?
Yeah, she doesn't even look cute. She looks very odd.
Because that's the whole point, right? That she's a cute little girl robot.
But she's got powers.
Yeah, but she's like my mom used to say, like, what does she say? Small, whatever comes, like dynamite comes in small packages or something like that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because I'm a short guy.
That's cute.
Dynamite comes in small packages. Yeah, but they're beating me up, Mom.
It's okay.
They're beating me up because I like Kiss and comic books.
So then you had to learn how to fight.
I was one of those guys that liked sports too, though. So I kind of walked that line.
You seem pretty well-rounded. Like you weren't in like a nerdy circle.
Yeah. Gonzo
says it's either buy the book or go see Captain Marvel. Tough choice. I hope you make the right one.
Pixel's got the Indicron link there.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Pixel.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, Pixel has a cool site. It's called Indicron, and it has all the CGers books. The ones that have been already, like all of them that have been brought up, all of the ones that are still active, and the ones that are in demand, and then even upcoming.
And that's what you just posted is the upcoming link for the Oodles and Doodles page.
Oh, did he?
Yes, I believe so. So thank you, Pixel.
Oh, cool.
Let's see.
I don't know. I say this all the time. You guys are the best. This is the best fan base I've ever. I mean, not to put anybody like Marvel and DC fan base down, but this is by far the best fan base I've ever witnessed.
Definitely. You guys are very giving, and we appreciate you. The Last Orion said about the hotel, if they can take bullets, surely they can take one cat.
I know. Yeah. And they did. That cat was so scared, Taylor. She could smell fear.
Aww. Who knows?
She could probably smell my fear.
She could sense how, like, not at ease you guys were, and probably all the weird smells went past the hotel.
Oh, God, I don't even want to know about the smells.
I have this mental image of you struggling to finish Black and White in the hotel, fearful for your life, with some jerk throwing a knife into the wall. That should be the bio inside the book. This is Last Orion. That'd be a funny gag. Like, if you're on the other, imagine being on the other side of that wall where that guy's throwing the knife. So you're like trying to write, you see the blade just coming through the wall in different places.
You know what'd be awesome is if I actually did have hindsight and we had, because we didn't have cell phones back then, but if there were, we could have taken a great picture of me, like the wall behind me turning back to look at the camera with like this really like dejected, sad face.
With all the stab wounds in
with all the stabs in the wall, yeah. I can't believe I'm here. What did I do to deserve this?
Let's see.
Oh, you tried to buy a house in Southern California.
Vossen says an autistic hero would be nice. I was hoping they'd play Riri Williams in that direction. Riri Williams isn't kind enough to be portrayed as autistic. Don't they say that Moon Knight is? No, Moon Knight has some kind of disability.
I think he's certifiable. I think he's crazy.
But they gave him like an actual like disorder in the current one. Like they like named it. I forget what it is.
Oh, okay.
Because he used to just be like, he seemed like he was a schizo.
He's just a nut.
Let's see. Speaking of McAvoy, have you guys seen Glass?
Is it out?
I think, yeah, it is. It has been out for a while, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's just, that should tell you everything.
No, I feel like we're going over old territory.
I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Other than the things that we've said here?
Yeah. Adam from Your Movie Sucks did a review on it that was very funny. And I don't know, I'm inclined to trust his opinion because he actually liked Split and we kind of held the same opinions, but I don't want to spoil anything about Glass, but the ending sounds absolutely atrocious. Draken says, Tag, you should sell a sketchbook of those hand turkeys collected. I think I'd have to get permission from everybody. And there's so many people.
You could have Mike ink over them and then
Every-
burn them.
Every single one.
It's going to take me a while to get over that.
I should get. I think I might have a hand turkey from Mike. I might.
Does it have goggles on it and a helmet?
I don't think so. It was in a Spider-Man pose, but then.
Yes, spider sense tingling.
Just for you, I will destroy all my copies of Power Girl that Amanda did. So the last Orion. No, you don't have to do that. I mean, I read them and didn't think they were very good, but you should cherish them. They were weird. A chick slept with a gorilla.
What?
In one of the Power Girl issues. This guy was like a genius, and this is a quick summary because I don't want to get on a tangent
Who
about
wrote
this.
that?
I don't know who wrote it. I don't think she wrote it. I don't know if Jimmy did. All I know is there's a character and he's like a super genius, but he was in like a really sickly body and he needed a new one. So I don't know why, he got the body of an albino gorilla and put his like consciousness in it. And then his like girlfriend had the hots for him. So they did it while he had a monkey body. It was weird. That book is strange. Let's see. Hashtag hand turkey gate.
Gobble gobble.
Let's see. The next campaign you guys do must have a hand turkey tier. Ooh.
Oh! Pixel said he'll hook you up with a hand turkey.
I'll accept a Pixel Trader hand turkey.
That'd be awesome.
You have to write creator of Indiecron or something.
Okay, Orion says it was Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray.
Okay.
That wrote the gorilla sex scene.
That sounds about right. I mean, it was funny, but it was one of those things I laughed at and I was like, this is weird. Right after. It wasn't funny enough.
Let's just say it wasn't funny enough.
You know what I mean?
Could you imagine just being like a little kid?
And you're like, what is going on?
And that's your first comic? It's like, what the hell?
Well, something like that happened to me as a kid, and my mom bought me a Grendel comic. Did I ever tell you about that?
No, but Grendel's that's
it's
indie.
adult.
Yeah, that's more adult, but go ahead.
I didn't know. Yeah, this was not this was not the writer's fault. I was not the demographic, obviously. And it did say, okay, admittedly I knew because I just remembered this part of the story. I bought it at that comic store in the City Walk. What is that thing called?
Oh yeah, Universal City Walk.
Yeah, where they have like all the Dark Horse books.
Yeah,
I used to go there as a kid, and I saw it, and
it's a long drive to get comics.
I think my mom worked around there at one of the clothing shops or something. But we went there, and it was the Grendel apocalypse stuff, and I really liked post-apocalyptic stuff when I was like a little kid.
That's a great character design too, that Grendel.
It's cool. The artwork's really good.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh god, I forget the artist's name, but yeah, he's really good.
Matt Wagner, right?
I think it is Matt Wagner. Yeah, it was really good. I tried to read the remake of Grendel, and it was okay, but I don't know. The covers were amazing, and I remember the cover of this particular book. It was like blue, and it's that kind of iconic shot where he kind of has like his fist up. And it almost, it's like a painted cover. It's really cool. Anyway, I wanted it, and it said like adults only or something on it. So I was like, I really want this.
Then you wanted it more.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm intrigued by it because I was thinking like it's probably violent because I loved violence as a child.
You still do.
I do. So I took it and I asked my mom, like, can I get this? And she was like, sure. I'm young and probably overworked, so I'm not going to look at this. So she bought it for me, and I was like, yeah, I got it. And I thought it was going to be super cool. But then I got home and read it, and it was in the middle of a long-standing story. So I had no idea what was going on. Mostly talking heads. There was barely any action in it because it was in the middle of the story. And then there was two lesbians that had sex in it.
Ooh, cool.
And I remember reading it and being like, uh-oh, and being like, I'm going to get in trouble if my mom sees this. So I hid it in a folder. But then I had to take it to school every day because it was in my binder.
I got a story like that.
Really?
Yeah, but it's okay. So Amanda, God, my daughter's so cool. I don't know. She must have been watching a movie or something, but it's like yard sales. Like there's kids that they sell lemonade, and I mean she's a little snot, right? She's probably around 8 or 9, maybe 10.
Aw.
And so she's like, "Can we have a yard sale?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can have a yard sale." So she puts out all her little, her little kid stuff that she wants to sell, and she's like, "Do you have anything, Dad?" And so at the time when Marvel and DC were cool, I'd get mailers. So they would send all their books. Taylor, remember this?
Yes.
They used to send all their books every month. It was like the best thing ever.
Yeah, when I first started working here, I used to get boxes. It was really cool.
Yeah, they don't do this anymore. I miss it so much. and so I go, well, there's a box over there of comics. And I think I didn't go through the stack, or I had 2 stacks, one for her to take, one for her not to take. So either she just grabbed the box or she grabbed the wrong stack. So she's got them out there and she's selling them. And so the kids in the neighborhood are buying it, all the stuff and everything. And they bought some of the comics. And so we're pretty tight with a lot of the neighbors here. So one of the neighbors, they have 2 sons and a daughter. And I guess the oldest son bought some of the comics, right? So we were house sitting. They took off and they trusted enough, and we do the same. So we're house sitting. So you collect the mail, bring it in the house, and all that other stuff. Take care of the pets. So we had keys to the house. So we're in there, and I saw like these Vertigo books. In the family room, and I was like, oh no. And so I went over there and I opened it, and like the first page was something absolutely horrible. And so I feel bad. You know what? I don't even know if I ever told anybody this story before. I actually, in a weird, I guess it is stealing, I took the books.
You did the right thing.
Yeah, I just grabbed them and brought them home. So I wonder if when he came home from vacation or whatever, he's like, where are those Vertigo books?
It's for your own good.
Because I was just so hoping
he hadn't seen it.
Well, that, and that the parents hadn't seen it.
Oh, man. I don't know what else you could do, though. Like, you would have to just take it.
I panicked. And everybody's got a camera these days in their house.
Like, how would you explain?
I know, all I could think of is like that I'm in the camera image, if there was one. It must have looked hilarious because it's me picking up the book and just looking at it going, ooh, 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 and then kind of looking around like, are there any more? And then just like shoving it, like rolling it up, shoving it in my pocket and leaving.
Stealing the kids' comics.
What kind of guy would steal the kids' comics?
That's hilarious. You did the right thing.
I hope so.
Hopefully he didn't see it. I just remember being like, uh-oh, I'm going to get in trouble. And just like, then it was with me at school every day. And then I'd worry about it getting found. I still have it. The storyline was actually pretty good.
I think that's when you have good parents, though, right?
Yeah, that they would even care.
Well, that you have the panic.
Yeah, because
if you're a kid and you have the panic, like, it's preemptive, right? It's not like the parent didn't come down on you yet.
Yeah, like she never discovered it. And it's like, at least I knew that she was invested enough to like care about what her child was consuming, as opposed to like, she's not going to care. Because like she would look at my books and stuff to make sure.
Is this still kind of framed up okay? Because I'm kind of worried about the visual.
It looks okay right now. I'll show you the feed. Let me just turn my...
Yeah. Should I move it up? I should move it up, right?
Do you want to show what you're...
Well, I just want them to see the book better.
Yeah, maybe...
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah, once there. Yeah, that's perfect.
I got a glass table, you guys, so nothing holds here.
Here, I'll show you true preview. Like I said, the YouTube preview they provide us is not accurate at all.
Oh, okay, that's better, yeah. And then I won't be bumping it with my light box.
Hardware Wars says, Art has nice modeling hands, like George Costanza. George Costanza has nice hands. I'm
a hand and ankle model. I'm not going to show off my ankles, although you could probably see them in the shot. Oh, you guys, if you see a hole in my shoe, it's not because I'm poor. It's just these slippers are so incredibly comfortable. Do you guys have a shirt or like a piece of clothing that's falling apart, but it's so comfortable that you have to wear it?
I feel like that for most of the clothes I wear a lot. D Geek Art says, my character style has large eyes, but not in a creepy soul-stealing kind of way. I mean, anime's made like a living off of having eyes, and they work in like an animated style. I think just the Battle Angelina, it's not just that it has that, it's that there's normal actors next to it, and it looks really jarring and ugly.
Well, also, if it wasn't based on a very well-drawn, cute comic book character, like if they were just saying like this was original, you know, and it wasn't based on anything else, I wouldn't be bringing anything to the table. I would just accept it for what it is, but it's not. Let's
see. I heard it was good. Surprised enough to go check it out. You guys are talking about Glass. Hand Turkey's illustrated calendar stretch goal.
Ooh, sexy hand turkeys.
Pixel Trader. Tag, will you be at WonderCon? I'm assuming you're asking both of us. I just dropped my drink.
We just got okayed. We just got our table, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We will be at WonderCon. We'll do
Okay, I didn't tell you this. We got a table, and then he said it's going to be in the crappiest area in Artist Alley, and I'm like,
are you serious?
Yeah. So you're still going to charge me though, right? The same amount of money? Yeah, thanks. WonderCon.
You guys should come and come hang out with us. Come give us some love at WonderCon.
Well, I think Andrew Huerta is going to be there.
Nice.
Mike is going to be there. Hopefully we'll all hang out and have dinner one night. And who else is going to be there? This book is slipping. It's slipping.
Is there anything I can get to hold it up?
It's slipping. I don't know. I don't want to put a piece of tape on it. I don't want to ruin it.
So yeah, we will be at WonderCon. We'll keep you guys up to date on the table and stuff. Where we'll be. I have also heard bad things about Glass. Have not seen it, however. I will totally hook you up with the hand turkey and say, don't be a speciesist. What?
The hand turkey?
Oh, because of the Power Girl story. Let's see.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah.
Rhaegar says, what men want looks laughably bad. Slow month for movies. Yeah, did you see that?
No.
It's a sequel to What Women Want. And What Women Want works as like a comedy gimmick because it's like Mel Gibson gets the power to read women's minds. Because the joke is always like, oh, what do women want? But then like the What Men Want, like guys kind of wear their stuff on their sleeve. Why does she need to read men's minds?
Well, what is the one comedian? Is it George Carlin? You know, when women he said there's all these like articles where women read like, what do men want? What do men want? All this stuff. And then he says, it's simple. They want a BJ and a sandwich. Like, I'm sorry.
That's the end of the movie. She discovers in the end.
That would be the trailer.
The movie is like 30 minutes long.
That's a great BJ. 30-minute BJ.
Well, the sandwich might take a while to make.
30 minutes. I'm going to try to secure this book.
10 of the minutes is the credits of the movie.
I'm sorry, you guys. That was crude, but that wasn't my joke. That was George Carlin's.
If you want to get mad at anybody.
Yeah, get mad at George.
Go ahead and demonetize him.
Yeah.
If you love violence, you'll probably love my comics, says Durkin. I do love violence. I do love violence.
Okay, is this still centered?
Let me see.
I'm obsessing over this stupid book.
It looks good to me.
Okay. Hopefully it stays put.
The needed eraser MacGyver.
I need to back it up with a piece of tape.
I
would show you the drawing, you guys, if you're just coming in. So this is the drawing, but I'm using the light box here, so I can't put it flat on the table.
Our camera feed looks nice and clear. We did some tweaking. I think it turned out really good.
It's crisp and clean, no caffeine.
HD. The Last Orion. Next year's Oscar winner will be a film about a woman who fell in love with a giant gorilla.
Ooh, we can only hope.
King Kong Gone Wild. Grodd steals Tarzan's girl. I remember sneaking things past my parents. Decades later, I realized most of the content was objectionable. My child mind imagined them to be. I think I only got I got mad. I remember when I was like super little, because my mom had me young and we like shared a room. When I don't know if you have any stories of like watching stuff like this that you weren't supposed to, Art, but like she always rented movies. I remember she rented The Thing, and I was like, I saw the poster. I'm like, it looks cool. I want to watch it. And she's like, you don't want to watch it. It's not. You can't watch it. It's gonna scare you. And I wanted to watch it so bad. So I remember she like went to work. And I was like, I'm going to watch it. So I like popped it in. And at first I was like a little kid. So I'm like, this movie's boring. And then as soon as that scene happened with like the head spider, I like freaked out and shut off the TV. And then I remember putting like the VHS back in the case. And like we have all those VHS rewinders. And my mom was like, did you watch this movie? And I was like, no. And she's like, how come I rewound it? How come it's through? I was like, I didn't watch it. And she's like, are you lying? Because then how did it happen? I was like, I don't know. And she's like, I'm going to pop it in and see where you stopped where it was.
Just double down.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
So I think the punishment was enough because I was absolutely terrified as
Well,
a child.
Yeah, I'm quite a bit older. And there was a lot of my childhood where we didn't have a TV. We were poor. Didn't have a TV. And so they used to do reruns of The Outer Limits on Sunday. So after church, I'd go to a friend's house and we would just sit and just freak ourselves out watching The Outer Limits.
That show is eerie.
Yeah. So it wasn't exact. I imagine it would have been taboo in the house if we had a TV.
Oh, you know what? You're better for it. Your brain didn't get fried. Kids right now, I don't know. Do kids even watch a lot of TV now? Or are they just on YouTube?
I don't know. But the thing is, like, I think that's why when I was young, I was very social because I had to, or I wouldn't get to watch any TV. So I'd go over people's houses like on Friday. And then we would, because usually Friday was like the $6 Million Man or something like really cool would be on like Friday night.
Ooh.
And then Saturday morning was all the cartoons. So then we'd stay up late watching, the cool TV stuff on Friday. And then Sunday or Saturday, we'd wake up early and then watch all the Saturday morning cartoons. It's a big thing.
That's pretty cool. I wish they still, somebody was saying like, oh, they still have Saturday morning cartoons. I don't know if that's true. I feel like there aren't. And it's not like a cultural thing anymore. Yeah,
I mean, it was a big thing as a kid. I mean, to get a kid to wake up early on Saturday morning, that's power, right? That's like, you definitely want to see that. Man, and then I'd have to wake up early for church on Sunday. Man, I never got to sleep in ever as a kid.
2 days in a row. Pixel says, I got my pro badges for WonderCon a couple days ago. Sierra Whiskey and I are rolling up from San Diego.
Oh, cool.
Awesome. Be cool to see you guys.
Yeah, to meet you.
Nasser's dad says, have a great day, guys. Thanks, Nasser's dad.
Is it really Nasser's dad?
No, his name is just Nasser's dad.
I want it to be really Nasser's dad.
I mean, it could be. Vossen says, for such a respectable father, it's a shame how obnoxious Nasser is.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, the dad's got to lock Nasser in the cellar.
Aww.
I guess they call them basements.
Rhaegar says, burglars came into the house and watched the movie.
Oh, exactly. You could have used that.
I was still traumatized by that stupid head spider. Cartoons and cereal was the jam, says Hardware Wars.
Oh, yeah. And also, we never had money for real, like, sweetened cereal. So if I'd spend the night over somebody's house, they always had sweetened cereal. Yeah.
Man, you picked the right friends.
Yeah, I was talking to Elliot about Cocoa Pebbles. That was my jam.
I liked Cocoa Pebbles. I didn't like Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles stunk, and also Cocoa Puffs. They might have had better branding, but that product was not. It was inferior to Cocoa Pebbles.
I thought the Cocoa Pebbles were pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's any other. Not like a cereal person, but
what? I
know Frosted Flakes are pretty good, but I didn't like cereal as a kid.
My daughter didn't either. She still doesn't.
I don't know why. Does your daughter not like milk? Because I don't like milk.
I don't think it's milk. I just think she doesn't like cereal. I was just like, it's sugar. It's so funny. Like when you think back and you're like, your parents go, oh, you need to eat sweetened whatever. And somehow they felt satisfied. Like, oh, we gave our kid
something healthy.
A good. Oh wait, somebody wrote Fruity Pebbles is Satan. What? I flipped back. I couldn't.
Let me see.
Oh, there it is. Fruity Pebbles is Satan's cereal.
Rhaegar says, my brother had to eat mucilix. Ew, what is that?
Oh yeah, that's some really basic, healthy.
That sounds
cereal.
gross.
Yeah, it's a horrible name.
It sounds like a medicine.
Yeah, like Mucinex. It helps you with your congestion. It breaks up your Mucinex.
Poor kid.
Yeah, but isn't that weird? Like part of your balanced breakfast, and they always like say part of your balanced breakfast, but yet your parents never ever went, oh, here's an egg and whatever else, like orange juice that balances out this breakfast.
Yeah, every kid just ate cereal. There wasn't more to the meal.
Yeah, and then they started doing this like fortified with vitamins. Like the only nutritional value is they crunch up a bunch of vitamins,
calcium,
and they put them into the food.
Like you're feeding a dog or something. Just roll it into the chocolate. Ray Thulu says, my Saturday morning was USA, Cartoon Express, Kung Fu Theater, then Captain USA. I missed them all.
Oh man, that sounds like a good time.
Did you have a cartoon lineup that you liked?
I predate you guys, so I'm all the classic stuff, man. The Johnny Quest and the Herculoids and Scooby Doo, all the Hanna-Barbera classics.
Pretty cool.
And then all the crazy HR Puffin stuff, all the Sid and Marty Krofft junk.
Yes, the best.
Oh, did I tell you that? I don't even know. Like, I'm just like a YouTube junkie now. So, they suggest this stuff.
Pamela's come in.
Yes.
You guys got a contribution.
Yes.
Another one?
You're at 947.
Awesome.
Oh, you mean we sold a book? Oh, cool.
Thank you.
947? Wait a minute. We just turned over to 9.
No, I think the number, not the backer number. Let me check it out.
No, the backer number would be 902 or something. Yeah.
Let's see.
I think you were at 912.
We're checking it out right now, you guys.
Are they seeing this?
No, this is just us. Yay.
947.
I don't know who, if you wanted to thank him.
Oh, did you run up here?
Yeah.
Tom Bush.
Yay, Tom Bush. Oh, did we ever
Omar.
thank Omar?
Yeah, shout out to Omar Villarreal and Tom Bush, who just help us rolled over right now.
And of course, John Contrado.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you, Pamela.
Let's see. What were we talking about? The Saturday morning cartoons?
Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah. And it was YouTube. And so this pops up. It's like, what was it? McDonald's Land. Because you guys remember the McDonald's Land, like the Hamburglar
yes.
And the French fry guys and whatever the heck else.
Mayor McCheese.
Oh, you and I remember that bet about like the Grimace?
Oh, yes. The
you
evil
won.
Grimace.
How many arms did he have?
I think he had like 6. Yeah, the original Grimace was terrifying, and he still shakes, and he had like 6 arms.
Yeah, it was crazy. I said, I don't believe that. And yet she showed me a picture, and yeah, he did. He was a monster.
But he terrified children, didn't sell shakes, so.
Yeah, so I was watching this YouTube, and it's like McDonald's, Taylor, they actually hired Sid and Marty Krofft because that HR Puffin Stuff show was huge. They actually, I don't know if people know this, there was a theatrical movie, HR Puffin Stuff.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And so this thing was a cultural phenomenon. And so McDonald's went to Sid and Marty Krofft and said, we want like HR Puffin Stuff type characters to sell our burgers. And so Sid and Marty Krofft, I don't know how far in development. It would have been awesome if there was some photos or drawings or something like that of this stuff. But I imagine they had some kind of pitch. So they went to McDonald's with the pitch. And so then nothing happened. Right. So the Sid and Marty Krofft guys were just like, this stuff happens all the time. You pitch things, nothing comes of it.
They seem perfect for it.
Yeah. You just keep moving on. Well, we're already connecting the dots, right? Everybody already thought that that's where they got it from. But the thing about this show was that they actually they were involved. Like the Sid and Marty Krofft brothers or whatever, they were involved with early development of McDonaldland.
Because the aesthetic looks like a Sid and Marty Krofft property already, like when you see it.
Well, they showed that Mayor McCheese, he even has a sash.
He looks like HR Puff and stuff.
Yeah, like HR Puff and stuff and everything. And so I guess that then all this stuff started coming out. The McDonaldland stuff started coming out. And so now those Sid and Marty Krofft, the brothers are like, what the F, man? Like, you ripped us off. And so they're like, you guys came to us with this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, well, deal with it. And so they go, okay, we're going to deal with it. There was a lawsuit, Taylor.
I didn't know it went that deep.
I never knew any of this existed. So the Sid and Marty Krofft guys sued. It took them, I guess McDonald's had the deeper pockets. So it took, it took years. This lawsuit took years to finally finalize. So then by this time, they said the McDonald's land stuff had played, it played it out. It was kind of like passe. And so they finalized the lawsuit. I think the HR Puff and stuff guys got credit, and they got like $1 million and their legal fees paid for. So after I don't know how many years, that's all they got.
So they didn't really make anything off of it. No,
well, the $1 million or whatever it was, but they had to go through legal hell to get it.
I mean, you look at that stuff and it's pretty clear. You can tell the influence.
And in the meantime, McDonald's, they still got their cake and ate it too, right? So all they had to do is cough up $1 million to those guys, and they probably made, $1 billion.
Yeah, it was a drop in the bucket for them at that point. Let's see. Blaster Ryan. I like the thing a lot now. When I was a kid, I was taken out of the theater during the Care Bears film, having gotten scared by the villain. That villain was actually scary. There's no way I would have handled the thing. Oh, D Geek Art, who is our friend Elizabeth. I'll be at WonderCon, the crappiest part of Artist Alley too. I'll see you there.
We might be next to each other. That's Elizabeth. She offered to share a table with us, right?
Very generously, yes.
Very sweet.
That was very cool. Let's see.
Oh, wait. We didn't do we have it?
Oh, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, since we just made a black and white book sales.
I will show. Let me pull this up. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I'm going to have to hold it up closer to the camera.
I can hold it here if you have it.
Let's see. Hopefully you guys can see this.
Look at this. Should I move
Recognize
it up?
that?
Okay, look at it through your...
It looks good to me. Hopefully it doesn't turn off.
Sweet Mama Jamma. So this is an ad that Taylor put together. Well, it's not really an ad, I guess. It's just more of a cool visual. So 1994 is when it was originally, black and white was originally released through Image Comics. And now we're at 2019. So that's 25 years this year, you guys. So it just so happens we have a book.
Yeah, if you guys follow on the newsletter, on all the social media, which can be found links in the description, we've been posting the image around a little bit. It's the 25th anniversary of the original Image title.
It all started with this book right here. I believe it came out October 1994. Yeah.
And because of you guys helping us, it's still around now. We're reviving it. So thank you guys.
Yeah, we're remastering it.
Very cool.
Yes. That ad looks really good, Taylor. You did a killer job on it.
Thank you. I think it turned out pretty cool. If you guys think it's cool, be sure to share that around. Start spreading some black and white awareness.
Black and white love.
Rhaegar says, Art was super excited about Popeye Sugar Pops. Is that a thing?
Popeye Sugar Pops. I did like Sugar Pops. They had Diggum, right? Were they Diggum snacks? What were the...
Those
Was Diggum the Pops guy?
I don't remember. Pops are good though.
Sugar Pops?
Yeah, those are Sugar Smacks.
Sugar Smacks?
It's Diggums.
Wait, are Sugar Pops a real thing? Because I'm thinking
There's
Sugar Bombs.
Pops. There's just Pops. Because remember, like, gotta have my Pops. Those things were good.
Because remember, was it Sugar Bombs were...
The bear, right?
No, Sugar Bombs were the Calvin and Hobbes, right?
Were they?
Because he would, like, remember he'd have the, like, the Sugar
Oh,
Bomb?
yeah. And then Sugar Smacks were Diggum. And
Diggum was... He was a frog, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was your idea, right? You were gonna draw like a cyber frog as Diggum.
We wanted to collab. Yeah.
Like we would do a mock, what do they call it? Mock-up of the box, like the cereal box, and put like cyber frog.
It was Cyber Frog with the Diggum hat and stuff.
Diggum.
About 10 years ago, they had Cocoa Krispies with marshmallow ghosts for Halloween. Those were so freaking good, says Pixel.
Cocoa Krispies.
That sounds pretty good.
It sounds like Pebbles. Cocoa Krispies.
Aren't they the same thing, kind of?
Cocoa Krispies are Pebbles,
Because
right?
Cocoa Pebbles are like those Rice Krispies. They're just chocolate.
I think so. So they had another chocolate, or is that the same thing?
I don't know.
Because if you're talking about like Cocoa Pebbles, yeah, those things were, man, I'm going to go out and buy one
They
tonight.
sound good.
Oh, man.
Hardware Wars says, I think it was the afternoon when USA would show the occasional kaiju movies.
Ooh, yeah. We got bootlegged some of that stuff when I was a kid. Like Johnny Sacco, giant robot, and the Godzilla films.
I don't remember. I didn't like get deep into the kaiju stuff. I went through a brief Godzilla.
Oh, this
phase.
isn't got kaiju, but yeah, that's just the stuff that I watched when I was a kid.
Cam wants to know if you're going to be on Drawn and Quartered this week or tonight.
I think I have plans this evening, so probably not.
Mucilix? How do you pronounce it?
I think that's how you say it.
Is good. A combo of granola and wheat flakes with slivers of dried fruit. I don't know. It sounds okay.
It sounds like it'd be good for your colon.
The name is just
Sounds
gross.
Like it'd be good for your colon.
That sounds like an old person cereal.
Wait, there is a mucin. No, what is that? It's that.
Mucilix?
Yeah, but there's this stuff. It's like that orange stuff, and you mix it up in water, and it helps you. It's fiber.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Is it mucin? Mucilex. I think that's the same thing.
I had to take that when I was dying. It was my gallbladder.
It's like in a jar, right? It's like,
yeah, it's in like a little, almost like the one I have is like almost in like a little like Tang jar. But
yeah, it's like a Tang jar, exactly.
Because I remember getting out of the hospital and I was like, this must be rock bottom because I felt like an old woman. Where the nurse is like, you have to use this from losing all your calcium because you lost weight so rapidly. I was like, okay, drink this with Pedialyte.
I drank it because I had like the spastic colon.
Did it help? Maybe I
I
should start drinking it again.
I don't think so. You know what helped? Just calming down.
Did that ever happen?
No.
Oh.
I feel better now, though.
Cam says Grimace was my boy.
Did Grimace even talk?
I think he had like a dopey voice later in his later depiction. 6 arms for Grimace, says Cam.
6 arms. Scare the heck out of kids.
Draken, I don't know why you're bringing this up, but I used to love that show. Nothing is better than Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Big Bad Beetleborgs.
I still remember the Big Bad Beetleborgs metallic theme song because it was the same song, but Big Bad Beetleborgs, but they had some rock and roll guy going metallic after every single
metallic.
Yeah, like every time.
All right, do this, and I'll just do metallic. Okay?
Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Metallic.
Yeah, it was like that. I think there's even like a guitar riff. Grimace was pretty much a Power Rangers villain. When he had the 6 arms, he was.
Do you remember, like, it was a horrible show, bad design, but it was like the butt ugly Martians, but they had
yes.
They kind of had a rocket. Wasn't it kind of rocking like, we are the Martians, the butt ugly Martians.
We don't want to start a war. I just want a hoverboard. We don't want to conquer Earth.
Is that really how it went?
Yeah, it was like a weird military song.
Oh, okay. So it was military.
It had
rock and
guitars
roll.
though, I think. I think it was like it was strange. Cam says HR Puff and stuff made me physically ill when I saw it. Why?
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, he had a sweet voice.
Hey, Jimmy. And that poor actor probably had like major whiplash because the only way the jaw moved is when he nodded his head, right? So could you imagine, like at the end of the day, like this is all he's doing all day. You guys can't see me, but
His head's all.
his head's just moving up and down.
I never got over my neck injury from having to do all those HR Puff and stuff hours.
But thankfully, McDonaldland hired me to play Mayor McCheese.
Pretty much.
That's what McDonald's did too. McDonald's stole all the artists from Sid and Marty Krofft, their staple,
jacked.
to do. So they did use their guys as well to design all that stuff.
But why did they take their team but not use them? That's so weird.
Because they probably would cost them too much money.
Wow. McDonald's. The thing is, like, because I just thought about it, like, HR Puff and stuff in the show is a mayor too. He's the mayor of like Monsterland. So like they straight up just lifted that whole thing.
Was he the mayor or was he like a sheriff?
The Crofts.
I think
he was the mayor because he had the little banner.
Wait, we gotta find this.
I'll look it up. Let's see.
Did he have a badge? He was a sheriff, I think.
I'm pretty sure he was the mayor.
All right,
look it
let's
up.
throw some money down.
Let us know where you landed
I got
on
10,000 on that he was the sheriff.
Oh man, I can't afford that.
Well, we'll use imaginary money.
Frog bucks. The Marvel No prizes. Let me look it up.
Wait, we have to shake on this.
Oh my gosh. Do we have to shake on camera? I guess you can't see.
All right, we just shook.
We shook in front of the mic.
I mean, this is the easiest $10,000 I've ever made.
Let me see. Okay. HR.
I'll explain why I'm right.
Puff and stuff. If he has a badge, I'm gonna be real mad.
He has a badge, and Kling and Clang are like
Oh, he's got spurs.
Those are two cops.
Okay, I see his banner. He also has a little metal thing. Let me read it.
Kling and Clang are like his little beat cops.
Oh, let me see. Okay, let's find out about his character. Live action. NBC kept it running. Let's see. HR Puff and stuff. HR Puff and stuff performed by Albert F. Bentley, voiced by Lenny, whatever, in a southern accent. The title character series, HR Puff and stuff is a friendly dragon. He's a dragon who is the mayor of Living Island.
Oh, I just lost. Oh my gosh.
But really, the community lost because I didn't know he was a dragon.
Man, I thought for sure when I thought of that Kling and Clang thing that I was right.
Why does he have cops under his, like, well, I guess.
Didn't he? I thought he did have a badge.
He has like a medal.
Oh, okay.
Like hanging from
It's not like a sheriff's star.
No, it's like a round little. I don't know why he has a medal and a sash.
Okay, so he's got.
I should pull him up.
He's got cowboy boots, right?
I think so, but they're like white.
Oh my god!
I gotta pull him up. If you guys do the clicking, that's me on the computer because we have a computer.
Wait a minute, there's a sheriff character.
See, he's got a little sash and he's got a little
okay.
thing. I don't know what's on that medal. There's his little policeman.
The clean, yeah, they're like Keystone Cops.
What is? Oh, it says mayor.
Okay, wow, how did I miss that? It says it right there on the thing.
Well, I couldn't even read it. Look at they have a comparison of Mayor McCheese.
Okay, but there was a cop, right? There was like the Big Mac guy was the cop, right? In McDonald's Land. So they had a cop.
I don't remember.
Right? Detective.
You guys chime in. Was there a detective character in the
Freddie Flute?
Let's see. Witchy Poo TV show. There's the evil grimace. Oh, he didn't show up. Mayor McCheese.
Okay, there's a Mayor McCheese.
Look, he's dressed up as a cat. Well, is that from the show? I know you guys can't see this. This probably isn't good.
Yeah, so Mayor McCheese is the mayor, and he's just a cheeseburger. I think there's a big... Oh, there he is. He is a... Look, he even has a Keystone Cop hat.
Oh, the double
just
cheese.
Just like Kling and Clang.
So the double cheese guy is like the cop.
Right, and there's the star I was thinking. See, it's on his chest.
He actually kind of looks like HR Puff and stuff. If you guys look this up.
I think HR Puff is probably, you're right, more like Mayor McCheese. Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's
see. Thieves!
See.
Tramps and thieves. We'd hear it from the people of town.
D-Geek Arc says the Crofts ended up winning around $50,000.
Oh, it was only $50,000?
It was less.
$1 million. Oh, man.
Darkheart was amazing. That was the bad guy from from the Care Bears movie, who was quite scary.
Dark Heart.
Darkheart.
I guess that fits the whole Care Bear thing because didn't they have hearts on their chest or something?
Yeah, they have their cutie marks or no. Oh my God, cutie marks from My Little Pony. Ew. I forget what it's called, but
you are a girl. You get a pass. You get a pass.
I can't believe I even knew what that was.
I like that you grossed yourself out. Ew.
I forget what they call the one that's on the bear's stomach.
Take over. I think I have something for the chat.
I'm gonna read some of your guys' thing. The McDonald's Land characters were progressively phased out of advertisements, replaced by legitimately original characters. Weren't they just like they were incarnations of the same characters, but I guess more original takes on them, maybe? Do you know your WonderCon table yet? We do not have the WonderCon table yet, as far as I know. But as soon as we have it, we'll be posting it around on social media so you guys will know where. Let's see. They used to be Sugar Pops. What is that? Oh my gosh, I know what this is. You guys, look. It's the magic flute.
It's Freddy. Without his flute. He had a moving jaw.
Does it still...
Like,
oh.
No, this thing's probably 50, 60 years old. So what you did, like since we're talking about Saturday morning cartoons and cereal, I think you could save cereal box tabs. And you could send away for your very own Freddy flute. And so
the chat wants to know where you got it.
That's exactly where I got it. I was a kid. Like, this is like time capsule stuff. So I probably got this when I was like 6 or 7.
You kept
Look, it even has like a detachable, what do they call these, reeds?
What is that?
This is what makes the sound.
So your parents like, stop blowing that flute. They can just take it out.
Yeah, I guess they could, right? It's a silencer.
They're like, enough.
And then the jaw moved like, hey, wait. How did Fred?
He had the nervous,
voice, right?
Yeah, like,
oh jeez. Oh gosh.
You guys, we have to find the rest of his body and complete it.
Look at the plastic, so old. It's all like cracked and worn.
We need a P.O. box so people can send us the rest of the flute.
When was that show?
Oh gosh, was it like it was in the 70s?
Was it? It had to be early 70s.
Oh, I gotta look it up again.
Nutty.
It's still in good shape. That thing might be worth money.
It's broken. If I had the jaw still, because I think the jaw had like a little latch on the back and you can make it talk.
1970 or 1969.
Oh, 69. I was 8.
Is when the first season came out.
I was 8. I'm sorry, I'm old.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You've got the flute to show for it.
I got the flute to show for it, man. It was a good time.
Let's see. Good theme song, says Last Orion. Durakin says, The Biker Mice from Mars. I used to love that show.
Biker Mike. Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was pretty. It was kind of during the Ninja Turtles craze.
You know what? That's high maintenance for art, though. If you had to draw bikes, like motorcycles all the time and animate those things, right?
They were so cool, too. But I think the animation was not that great.
Was it digital?
No, it was like, it kind of reminded me of G.I. Joe. It was kind of like stilted. Like they recycled a lot of the same animation. Let's see. I like the cover. Ooh, are you talking about Oodles? I scored your old comics recently for 170 each. Well, you are 170 each. You got a deal because they're extremely rare. And you can never find them again.
Ever.
I remember listening to cartoons on the radio. This is Hardware Wars.
Cartoons on the radio?
Are you talking about radio shows or actual? I generally like Captain Crunch, but they destroy my gums.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I do love that cereal too. And no matter how long it soaks in the milk, it never softens.
No, it cuts up your mouth.
It's got some kind of protective coating on it.
That's one Family Guy joke that I related to where Captain Crunch is on trial and he's like, he's a liar. My cereal's not cut the roof of your mouth. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, Captain.
Yes, chocolate Rice Krispies and regular are trash. Rhaegar says Cookie Crisp and Count Chocula.
Cookie Crisp. Have you ever had that, Taylor?
Yes, but they're probably not very good for you.
They're actually chocolate chip cookies
really
that you
good.
pour milk on. They're chocolate chip cookies, right? They're not even...
They're just tiny chocolate chip cookies.
Right.
Yeah. They're pretty good.
Why don't we just like start giving kids candy and put milk on them?
Just eat all these cookies with milk. That'll be your cereal.
Oh my gosh. No wonder kids couldn't settle down in school. Like you're amping them up and then you're aiming them in a direction where they have to be, focused and calm.
You're feeding them cookies for breakfast and then expecting them to... Draken says, my favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Raisin Bran because I like healthy things.
Oh, jeez.
As we talk about Cookie Crisp.
Can everybody kick that guy? I'm just kidding.
Cheerios has a million flavors now.
You know what?
Everybody's talking about Metamucil. That was that stuff.
That's that stuff. Yeah, the orange stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Spastic colon is not something you should call your son. That's funny. I admire the Hamburglar for going after his dreams.
I always identified with that guy too.
He's kind of one of the cooler. He's a rebel. Why didn't they call Mayor McCheese the Burgermeister instead? It seems obvious.
The Burgermeister Burger.
When I was a kid, I wanted to grow up to be the Hamburglar, says Rhaegar.
I still do.
Follow your dreams. Puffin Stuff was basically Andy Griffith.
That's why they had that accent.
He did.
Yes. Why didn't I put that together?
He did sound like him. There goes Art's imaginary $10,000. This is the last one.
Yeah, I owe Pamela or Taylor some money.
Rhaegar says I'm rich in Monopoly money. My phone just died, so I'm gonna switch over and read from here. Let's see. You used to be able to pick up TV stations at the extreme end of the radio.
Really?
I didn't know that.
What year was that?
Let me see what else I gotta scroll up for you guys.
It is a broadcast, so
I didn't know.
I don't know if it's the same signal as like TV signals and radio waves are different. I think.
Yeah, I didn't know. Officer Big Mac. Yes, the playground of the playground equivalent at the time was Officer Big Mac. Let's see. Oh, he was like a jungle gym thing, but it was like being in a giant elevated prison cell. Oh, in the play places. Those used to be cool.
Until people became germaphobes.
Did you ever like take a man of those when she was little?
Oh, hell yeah. You know what? That's got to be one of the best parts of being a kid. That, and did you have those Heelys?
I was too old by that point.
My gosh, like Disneyland, they said you can't bring Heelys in.
I can imagine why.
We did anyway. And you know how like there's some of those like where it's a different level. It's like a slight little hill.
Yeah.
I just remember her just like whee! Just whizzing down those little berms. Yeah.
I still laugh like whenever you see a kid just like walking and they just go into their little like Heelys like seamlessly. Hardware Wars, I don't know if you're joking, but he says the flute is $635 on eBay. You better take good care of that.
The whole thing?
The whole thing or just the top
Or just
piece?
the top piece? It's got to be the whole thing.
Eric says you should offer it at a Friday night's auction on Blacklist Universe.
I've held on to it this long.
Street Sharks and Top Cats. I remember Street Sharks. I don't remember Top Cats. AM radio. Let's see. I love Crunch Berries.
Crunch Berries were like Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries, right?
I don't know.
So it was like Captain Crunch with like fruit. I don't know if they were real berries or not.
Or were they just like, I think they were just like round puffs. There was like rainbow color.
Yeah, I don't know if those were supposed to be like dehydrated fruit or I don't know what that stuff was.
Captain Crunch hurts my gums too. Draken says, a comic completely of giant transformer motorcycles drawn from the human perspectives. They're always a 3-point perspective is what I will one day use to punish an artist.
Exactly. He's talking about the,
Bikermeister Mars.
Yeah. That's high maintenance.
Yeah, that would be difficult. Last time I did the TV station radio was in the 80s. I think digital tuning can't do it anymore. I used to use analog dials back when I did it.
Interesting.
Oh, there's a link to the eBay. I'm going to check it out and see because I'm really curious.
Wait, is this for the Freddy flute?
The Freddy the flute. We're looking at it right now. This is the full flute.
Oh, it doesn't have the jaw though.
Maybe it didn't have the jaw there.
No. See those little things that are coming off the side? That's where the jaw fit in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's got the
it's got the kit. Yeah.
Let's see. So this is like the mint condition one. So
that's not mint condition though, because that doesn't have the jaw.
How many pieces were there? Oh, there's like no description. Did it already sell? Rare, 1970s USA Kellogg's. Let's see. Puff and Stuff's watching. It doesn't really say. So if there's 3 pieces.
Yeah, see if you can find. Yeah, it does. See, because these little things right here, Taylor.
Those little tab
those
things?
are like a click on, and the jaw pivots.
Let me see.
On it.
We're getting to the
nitty gritty of the Freddy flute.
Freddy flute. Let's see. Ooh, this might be the only one up there.
It's the same one.
This one's 350. This is the kit.
Is that how it came? Is that the box and everything? Yeah, see, in the directions.
Are these the jaws? Do they?
Yeah, those are the jaws. Okay. But look at the directions there. Can they see this?
No, they can't see this.
See, it's got
the jaws
in the picture. Yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay, well, 350. That means your piece is probably like $100 because it's.
And I would never sell.
You can't part with it. The whole thing. Let's see. I do remember the. Ray Through says I'm not that old. I do remember the fall of Saigon though. Taylor, I meant SWAT Cats. I remember SWAT Cats, but I don't think I ever watched it as a kid.
It was called SWAT, the cops?
They were cats that had like mechs. It was strange. It was kind of cool.
I don't know. That sounds cool.
Durakin says the Mighty Ducks, Freddy the Flute stretch goal on the next Indiegogo, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Let's see. Anybody remember when Captain Crunch came with the spy pens with invisible ink? Ooh, I didn't know that was a thing.
You know what? Spy pens were the worst. I had one when I was a kid. I have a bunch of early Avengers, like Jack Kirby Avengers, Taylor, and they all have like those spy pin. Like I had the spy pin, right? So I wrote all over it, and then I had my friend because I think it's just like you could write something. And then if you flip the pin over and you rub it over where you wrote, you can see it.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like disappearing ink. I think that's what the spy pin is. And so I did that all over the comic books because I thought it would be fun. And so then I gave my friend the comic and then gave him the pin. And so then he basically, went over all these. And so then all these disappearing ink things.
It's all destroyed.
Yeah, just like little sayings, you'd say something like, hey, whatever. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stupid stuff all over these comic books.
I remember we talked about before, or you pitched before, it'd be cool to do, because, the spy theme from Black and White, if you could do like blacklight ink or something that could appear on stuff with like spy codes.
Yeah, codes and things.
That would be cool. And I think that's what every kid expected when you hear like, oh, it's like it's a spy pen. Like you think it's going to be like invisible and appear. Not that you have to like rub it off with an eraser or something.
No, you don't have to rub it off. It's like a chemical.
Oh, activates it?
Yeah, it activates it. So you would write it, but you wouldn't see it.
Oh.
And so then it's a developer. Like I think it's on the back of the pen. So then you pull the cap off and you rub it over what you just wrote, and then you'll be able to see it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like some kind of like chemical reaction.
But once it's revealed, you can't take it away, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't reverse back.
Because it'd be cool if it disappeared. Like
again,
you had to keep bringing it back. But I guess that'd be, I don't know. Maybe the technology has changed. Samurai Pizza Cats. I remember that.
Wait a minute. That sounds made up.
No, it was real. They had a theme song and everything. I could probably play it.
Samurai Pizza Cats?
I remember, you'll have a story for this. The last one Ryan says, I remember those cutout C-3PO masks on the back of the C-3PO cereal box.
Oh, yeah.
When Art was dabbling in, we'll let you tell the story of the effects.
The effects, what?
When you made, didn't you make a full like C3PO?
Oh yeah, I was a little older, I think, but gosh, 70, 77, 78, 79, something like that. Yeah, I built an R2D2 out of, remember those ice cream tubs? They probably still have them.
The plastic ones?
You know, like when you go to like 31 Flavors or something.
Oh, the metal.
That they scoop out. It's cardboard, but it's got like metal, like a hoop on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I got one of those and I used that as the main part of the body, like the R2D2 body. And then somehow I got like one of those like strainers or something. And then I made like a plaster Paris mold. I forget how I did it, but I made the dome part, and then I basically made the legs and stuff like that. And this is before. I mean, now like conventions have full on R2D2 replicas.
You can get the schematics.
But yeah, I had it, and God, I'm such a geek. They would have these costume contests and stuff at shows, at conventions, and so I built this thing, and then it was on wheels, so I could drag it along at conventions, and so I would enter it into these contests and try to win prizes with my R2D2, and then I sculpted like a 3PO, I guess just a 3-dimensional 3PO head, and then I made molds off of it. And then cast out of rubber, like 3PO masks. Yeah, they were pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Probably a step up from it was a step up from the just punch out C3PO cereal.
Yeah, I think at the time when ILM and all those movies were coming out, I believe when I was young, I wanted to be like an effects guy. You know, I wanted to build those rockets and blow them up and build all those miniatures and make robots and stuff. I mean, all that Star Wars stuff really sparked my imagination as a kid, a creative person. How could you not, right?
Oh, yeah.
And today, I mean, there's still people.
It would be cool to build one of those R2s because I know they have the schematics and stuff, but I think it's quite expensive.
I asked somebody at a show about that, and no one has like an instructional video or detailed out. Wait, maybe they do, but they don't sell parts. Like they pride themselves on there's one component that they don't show people who want to build these things. Hold on. Hold on. Build these things, like either it's parts or something. So every one of those R2D2s, those guys are kind of building from scratch, I think.
I know on the Mantium community, they used to have like schematics and stuff, and there were certain like people who made certain parts, but not like a full kit you could buy.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe they just don't sell kits with pieces and stuff. They don't make it easy on themselves. Yeah.
There's certain people who make certain parts, I guess.
They pride themselves on, kind of discovering it and building it and all that other stuff. Yeah.
It would be cool. Back when Cracker Jacks had real prizes. It says Hardware Wars.
They don't have prizes anymore?
I don't even know. Like, I know they're still around, but Durakin says, remember the Kiss cereal? Was there really a Kiss cereal?
I don't remember that.
If so, I want some.
Let's go get some.
How's your father asked, is Disneyland overrated? I was in LA recently.
I think it really depends on your perspective. I've gone to Disneyland with people that have had a great time, and then I've gone to Disneyland with people that have never been, that have had a horrible time. So I really think it depends on your sensibility, what you're going to get out of that park. Some people just absolutely think it's torturous.
Yeah, you're right about that one. If you're not already kind of interested in theme parks, I wouldn't go. And if you're one of those people like you cannot handle crowds at all, you're not going to have a good time.
Yeah. And never go to Disneyland in the summertime or around Christmas time.
Yeah, there's definitely, I don't know, like, do you think we know that just because we're like locals? Because I know that there are certain days and stuff.
Yeah, maybe. But also some people are just kind of locked into vacation periods.
Yeah.
So they don't really have that much of a choice. So, usually people have vacations in the summertime.
That's true. And I don't know, if you're in LA, like if you don't spend a lot of time in California and stuff and you're interested in like Disney, I guess just like historically, I would go for the experience.
I think if you're an artist too and you can appreciate like people bringing their A game creatively to a venture, I think Disney's your place.
Yeah, you'll have appreciation for it. I guess that's what it comes down to, like whether, because you're asking if it's overrated or not. It really depends on what your expectations of it are. Poor man's R2-D2. Paint a metal garbage can with a flopping lid, put wheels on it, and then play a slide whistle. We should build that and take it to WonderCon and have its pictures taken with those fancy ones. Durakin says, no, a poor man's R2-D2 is a Dalek. That's funny. Go to Six Flags or Universal. Ew.
I'd go to Universal before I went to Six. It depends also if you're really into thrill rides. Go to Six Flags. If you're for immersive kind, is that it? That doesn't even look legit.
We just got the Kiss cereal on the screen right now.
The kid on the back looks evil.
I know. Look at the face.
That's Children of the Corn, man.
I hope this is real, Durakin.
That looks so just phoned in, like art directionally.
You can get a Kiss secret ring.
That little girl's got one. She's evil. She's summoning.
I think Paul. She's
summoning Satan.
I hope that's
Knights
real.
in Satan's service. Any
chance for a sneak peek on one of the drawings and oodles and commentary about it, says Gonzo.
Yeah, you want to hand me?
I'll grab that book.
Find page. Why don't you find a page, Taylor, and then we'll just show it.
Find something that has a story behind it. Let's see here.
Get the Superman action cover.
Let me see if I can. Where are you? I'm trying not to say aloud when I'm looking at it because it'll spoil contents of this book. Oh, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I haven't looked at this in a little while. Let's see here.
She's thumbing through the book here.
And hello to all the new people that have come to join us. Don't forget to give us a like. It helps the channel. Here we go. This will be a good one.
Okay. This was the last cover I think I did for DC Comics. So I penciled and inked this. This is for Action Comics. This was when we were counting down for issue 1000, right? Is that right?
I believe.
What issue number was this? This is late, like 900 somethings, right?
Yeah.
990 something.
It was real close to the 1000th issue.
Yeah, so it's got the prelims that I sent to the editor here. Then here's the rough pencils. No, these are pretty tight, actually. Here's the inks, and then here's the finished product. And interesting here is that this is not the colors that were used in the actual cover, because the cover, or the colorist that DC assigned to this cover was nothing personal. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
It did not suit the piece.
Yeah. So in the 11th hour, I tried to take control of the situation, and on spec, I asked my friend Thomas Mason if he would color this real quick, and I said, I can't pay you. This is on spec, but if they like it, they'll probably use it. Thinking this thing is head and shoulders above the version that they had commissioned.
I wish we could show you guys a side-by-side
of
the one they used, because it'll blow your mind that they didn't use this one.
Yeah, I don't understand the decision making sometimes. Like I would think that everybody strives to put their best foot forward because that's what I do, but apparently not. So, so yeah, they rejected this cover with the color. They actually did not like this. I don't know if they didn't like it. They just didn't use it actually. So this was never published. So this is an unpublished version of this cover that is only in Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. Yeah. So there's your interesting story. I hope you found it interesting.
Yeah, if you guys ever find that and see the one that they printed, you will be amazed that they chose that over the one printed in this book.
It broke my heart. And that's one thing, like this black and white stuff is taking maybe a little bit more time than we originally thought. But as an artist, man, it breaks your heart when you have to compromise and over sometimes major things like coloring and stuff like that. And with putting your own books together like the way we're doing here, the best thing is if you're willing to put a little bit of extra time in, then you can make it be exactly what you want it to be. You know what I mean? You can make it as quality as you want. And I like that. I like having that kind of control. And the weird thing about the DC decision is it wasn't even like under the gun time-wise. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, oh, we just need to get a cover for the solicitations, blah, blah, blah. It was just, they just didn't want to use that cover.
Yeah, I was shocked when you told me that. It was really weird.
Yeah, I thought it would just be a no-brainer. Like they would look at that one and they would look at the one that they commissioned and they would just make the decision. They just go, yeah, this is superior. And also, just you guys, I just want to let this be clear. Like Thomas did the cover on spec, but I later paid Thomas out of my own pocket for the color so I could use it in that art book. So Thomas was paid for his time and effort.
Just not by DC.
Yeah, but not by DC. Yeah. That's another book reason why we got to make this book and get it out there so I can get repaid for my investment.
Exactly. Some of those boxes, the Kiss Crunch had 45s embossed in the back. I need to find this. Did it have real Kiss blood in it? Somebody said in the chat.
Oh, God, can you imagine?
Well, I have to wait in line for 4 hours to meet Elsa and Anna. Durakan says Disney is likely amazing if you go looking for the amazing artistic elements, but I heard the rides suck.
I think it also depends. It depends on what you're going for.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new themed Big Thunder Railroad, Taylor?
I haven't. We really need to do another Waltz Vault soon.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
New as in is it revamped at ours or is it?
Yeah, it's all completely revamped, and I think there's a new story element in it as well.
I haven't ridden that thing in a long time.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not crazy Six Flags Magic Mountain fun, and I like that stuff too, you guys. I like a good scare roller coaster and things, but I like the theme stuff as well.
Yeah, it's a very different. Disneyland's a very different beast. If you're kind of like a roller coaster adrenaline junkie type, it's definitely not that kind of theme park.
Yeah, there are some rides, but they're probably not like I don't know. Have you ever went on Silver Bullet at Knott's Berry Farm, Taylor?
Oh, I am not a roller coaster person.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
I get spooked.
A lot of the new contemporary ones are like this, where it will totally disorient you. You don't know up, down, left, right. After a while, your sense of proportion and references are gone.
I do not like that.
Yeah, you don't know if you're upside down, right side up, left or right, up or down. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And Florida, is it the Disney Studios theme park? It's the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster, and that one has I think it's an aircraft carrier. You know how they launch those planes off of aircraft carrier? because I those things like go from like 0 to like
Oh,
whatever
gosh.
in like that, like in a heartbeat. And so they launch you basically, but they launch you into 2 full loops. So it's one loop right after the other. So you must be going so fast that you could sustain 2 loops. You know what I mean? Because most roller coasters don't have 2 loops, one right after the
I
other.
feel like I would faint.
Oh, it's awesome.
Sounds terrifying.
It's so cool. And then I think it comes, what you come out of is like one of those, what do they call them? Barrel rolls?
Oh, God.
Where you go this way like a corkscrew.
We'll wind down with a corkscrew.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And when we went to Florida last with the family, we were all sick as a dog. Like, I'm talking full on vomiting and everything.
Please tell me you didn't go on that.
Oh, I did.
No.
It was awesome. I went on. I had the time of my life, and I just felt so bad because Amanda's like, "Let's go on it again," and I was like, "Oh,
I can't do
I was like, just give me a moment," because I wanted so bad to go on it again. But I also knew that their Tower of Terror is pretty awesome. So it's real close to that rockin' roller coaster thing.
You guys, Art was so sick on that trip. I remember you guys were looking forward to it for so long. And right when you got back, I was like, how was it? And you were like, well, I was sick upon arrival.
And Pamela didn't know, but she was passing kidney stones.
Oh, God.
So we were like going to the bathroom every 5 minutes.
But you guys have been planning it for so long. It's not like you could.
Yeah, it was pretty nutty. And so... So then, Amanda went on, and she went on with Will Ferrell.
What?
Yeah, she's like, Dad, you missed it, man. I got to hang out with Will Ferrell in the line. He stood in line with the riffraff.
Man.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But I think I made the right decision because I was still in good shape for Tower of Terror.
Yeah, I think you could only ration it between the two, not
Go
two
on
of the same one.
Yeah.
It's a calculated risk.
And then Amanda said by the time we got to the Disney park, what do they call it? Disney World. She said the only thing you could eat, Dad, was a banana, and you only took 2 bites of it. And then she goes, I never saw you do anything like this before. You just threw it down. Like you didn't find a trash can for it. Like you contemptuously kind of like threw it down at the ground.
I'm done.
She said she just remembers this lady was like right next to me, and she's just like, what did you just do? I don't even remember it. I don't even remember that day.
That's horrible.
You know what the worst thing is when you go on vacation. I don't know if there's anybody who has a family out there, but like usually you and your wife will be like, one will take the still images and one will take the video or something like that. So usually I'm the video guy and she's the still images and the camera person.
You got to tag team it to get all the memories.
Yeah. And so there isn't a lot of documentation of that day. Because the cameraman was sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, it sucks because you guys went and saw a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. It was fun. All in all, it was fun. It would have been better if we were healthier, but
He made the best of it. Rhaegar says, all this talk of oodles and doodles is making me hungry for noodles. I want spaghetti.
oodles and doodles of noodles. That'll be our cookbook.
Ray Thula says, don't forget to share with your poodles. Very nice Superman.
Thank you.
Rhaegar wanted to know who the characters in the background of that Superman shot were. I don't remember. I don't know if you do.
Oh, were they Kryptonian? They were from another world, right?
Yeah, they were like bounty hunters.
It was a big old crossover storyline.
Gonzo says, if you're bored in May, there'll be a lot of fans at MegaCon in Orlando.
I want to go to that show, but I want somebody to pay me to go out to that show so I can bring the family to Disney World again.
You probably could.
This time healthy.
My cousin lives in the UK. She was telling me that, this is by D Geek Art. She was telling me that the Euro Disney Park or Paris Disney, the Haunted Mansion and Big Thunder Stories tie together.
Yeah, they're both in like a frontier land area. So I think the the Haunted Mansion storyline is that it's a rich gold, like there's a gold rush theme, and it's like a gold rush town. The one here is kind of got some gold rush angles too, the Frontierland, but it's like a guy that made his fortune, and then I think the town dried up or something like that.
Boomtown.
Yeah, and then something happened with there was a death or something like that, and like a curse, a family curse or something like that to all the people.
Ooh.
Like that family lineage.
I didn't know. It's pretty interesting.
And then there's some kind of family lineage. What did I say? Like, I think it might tie into that, and then it ties into the Tower of Terror. I think one of their Tower of Terrors connects to that too. I forget, they were called the Hartfields or something. Like there's a family, and so you know how it says like Hollywood Tower of Terror. That H is actually for like
last name,
for their last name, yeah. And so then they have in what is it? Is it the Tokyo Disney? They don't have a Haunted Mansion. They have like what is it? Mystery Manor or something?
Yeah,
Mystic Manor.
If you guys don't know, all the theme parks, supposedly, I think it's been confirmed though from what you said, they all have some kind of ongoing, or they also have some kind of intermingling storyline that ties all the rides together.
Yeah, so there's like these adventurers and rich guys and stuff. And so there was an adventurer club. And so I think there were 3 families, or there's a group of people. And so a lot of these attractions are based on those guys. So there's kind of a backstory that connects them, that they're like from like the 1950s, and there's some kind of, big game hunters, gold mine moguls, and like different people like that. And so they tie in. I got to do some research, and so I could be more comprehensive with explaining the backstory lines.
We should do a Waltz Vault about like the stories from the different parks.
Oh, I have it right here. I actually have a note. The Hightower family.
Oh, the Hightower, because there's oh gosh.
The Hightowers, yeah.
And they're tied into something else, and I can't remember what it is. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy.
They're all descendants. Oh, that's what they're descendants. So it's a generation of them. Yeah. So that's what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Hightowers.
Pixel Trader says, I rode that Aerosmith ride once. It's badass. You gasp and then you try to scream, but you're too busy gasping.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Oh gosh. Oh, it's Anise Bay wants to know, I came late. Can you tell me what we are doing? Is this a presentation of the book? Do you want me to tackle that? I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, please. I can show them something, but.
We were talking about what you're seeing right now is the Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too art book, which is Art's first art book. It's a hardcover 52-page book, and it's going to be coming to Indiegogo soon this month. And we're going to keep you guys up to date onto when that lands. Basically, the book is already done. We have a print-ready file. It can be sent out to the printers whenever. So it's not going to take us time to compile the book. But if you guys buy the book, you'll get a very beautiful looking art book. If you get some time to rewind this video and then come back to this point, we did a little showcase. The book's got spot UV. It's got a dust jacket. It's a very beautiful, high quality book. So you'll get yourself a nice coffee table book. And of course, the funds from that will help supplement us while we continue working on Black and White and getting that out. So our idea is basically that since this book is already compiled, it's not going to take time for us to create it. It'll be kind of a low maintenance campaign, and it'll help us getting this book out.
At least we're hoping.
Yeah.
Usually we are rather ambitious, so things usually get out of hand. But anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
In comparison to Black and White.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly.
It'll help us stay in this indie field, help it give us some funds while we get Black and White out, because as all of you guys know, Black and White is running late. We're working diligently on it as we speak. And, the remastering process is more extensive than we anticipated. We got very ambitious, and to keep the quality that we want for this book, it's going to take a little more time. So this will just help with that. So if you want a tour of the book, rewind the video to the beginning. We did a brief little tour, and Oodles and Doodles and other stuff too. It's coming this month to Indiegogo. And of course, it is the 25th anniversary of Black and White. So we showed a little bit of that. We're celebrating that right now.
Yeah, so later this year, we will have Black and White 2, the wrap up to this storyline coming out as well. So we got a lot of plans, and just to keep on the same note that Taylor's saying, we are trying to figure out, there's just the two of us basically, and Pamela part-time helps us out, but we are wearing many hats, and so we're trying to figure out not only how to do the best quality stories that we can do, but also try to be a little bit more timely with things, a little bit more, so we can get this stuff to you guys quicker. So we really appreciate not only supporting, but also your patience.
Yes, thank you guys so much for being so understanding. And we were very optimistic about our original deadline. So this next time will be better about that.
Yeah, and also what we set out to do originally, and then what we ended up doing, it's kind of two different things. I think Taylor mentioned it early on too. If you kind of want to see where it's headed, go to the Indiegogo. Is it in the link?
Link should be in the description. I'm going to send you guys a link right now. However,
yeah, and you can kind of in the updates you can see a comparison of a couple of the pages of the extensive remastering. I think somebody the other day messaged me and said, this is not remastering. This is like completely redrawing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, in some cases, well, in a lot of cases it is.
As you can see what Art's doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely eclipsed our original idea of what remastering was going to entail. We kind of started holding ourselves to a higher standard, I think.
Yeah, for the betterment of the story and the book. Like there's stuff like yesterday, Taylor, I don't know. It was exhausting, the writing session that we had, but I was like, wow, what we came up with was pretty amazing. And then, we had this like, little revelation that if we would have put this book out even a week earlier, we wouldn't have got this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. This moment would not have been in the book. So
it's all for the better, you guys. It's for the better quality of the book. And I think when you guys get it, you'll appreciate all the work that went into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see what you guys are talking about. But yeah, that's basically what we covered until now.
Can you do some driving? I got to use
the restroom. I'm going to read some of your guys' comments in a minute. But if you guys want to check out kind of our full write-up on that situation, I just posted the link for the update. Go ahead and check that out. Like Art said, we got some comparison pages. You can kind of see where we started with this remastering and where it's led us. And I think you'll be happy with the results. All right, let me see what you guys are talking about. Do a barrel roll. I haven't heard that in a long time. I used to play Star Fox all the time as a kid, but I didn't have my own Nintendo, so I had to go to a friend's. Let's see. The Magic Mountain Tatsu Ride has you hang parallel to the track. It kills your chest. That sounds incredibly uncomfortable. I'm like, I'm not a scaredy cat, but like roller coasters, big ones intimidate me. That flip on X2, I yelled the F-bomb so loud, says Pixel Trader. Yeah, like any of those, like extreme ones. I think when I was younger, I used to really like them, but now that I'm a little older, I don't know what happened. What happened to me? I used to not be afraid of those things. Then one day I went on not Supreme Scream. I would never go on that. I went on Tower of Terror, and all of a sudden I was terrified. Let's see. Taylor, do you like the pirate ships? The pirate ships or just pirate ships in general? I'm not a big pirate person. There's a lot of people who are really into pirates in the like Wasteland community, and I'm not that into them. But if you're talking about the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, I like that. I'm not a big Pirates person. John Whalen says, this is for you, Art. Can you sell one of those Akira cells on Friday?
Oh my gosh. I wonder if I can get that in here. Let me see if I can get this under the camera.
If you guys haven't seen this, it's really, really cool.
I think he sent me a clip. It's from that same scene, I think, but it's not that exact clip.
Art owns like a full sequence of stuff from the Akira movie, and it's pretty BA. Here, I'm gonna wait for you to get this.
Let me see if I can get this under the camera. It's big.
And you have like the full sequence of this. Right?
Yeah, I think there's 8 frames.
Look at that.
It's a little crooked now. It has to be.
Oh, it is. It's like drooping.
Yeah.
Look at it.
And then
That's a killer one.
I can't quite get it in there, but
there we go.
There's the pencils. So I have the pencils too. So some of them have like the rocks on a different cell. So I have those as well. So it really is the complete scene. It's the fully rendered version, and then I wish I had more room here to get the penciled version in there. But you guys can see that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I got those 25 years ago, and oh my gosh, I had some really, really close friends, and so what I did is to keep the friendship always like good and strong. I gave them I gave them key cells from the scene.
Those bastards.
And I haven't seen them since.
You're very generous. Art gives a lot of people really. There's many a tale of you having cool things than giving them to somebody.
I don't regret it, but yeah.
I do.
Somebody told me that those things are worth a mint now. Those Akira cells.
Yeah, I bet they are. Let's see. Art Thibert, I don't remember if I already asked you, but did you work on the Mortal Kombat comics at Malibu? Did you know anyone who did?
I think I knew those guys that did. I can't remember who did them though now.
The Mortal Kombat ones.
But no, I did not work on those. Were they good? I think I remember them pretty good.
And Durakan wants to know if you've ever seen the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion movie.
Yeah, my daughter loves it. So I think when you're a parent, there's certain things that you kind of end up liking or loving. And sometimes it's not always because it's what you like, it's what your kids like. You know what I mean? Because it brings them happiness. So I have fond memories of that movie.
I think I watched it with you guys once. D Geekart, are you asking for advice? Let me see. Seriously frustrated trying to figure out a project. Do I stick to what I know and do marker for color, or do I go for watercolor, which is new but won't dry out?
You know what? It's always good to challenge yourself, but if it's a project, go with what you know now. Howard Chaykin gave me this great advice. He said, never, ever work problems out on the board, meaning the work that you're getting paid for and the work that's going to be published. Never, ever try new things or work things out there. He said, that's why you have a sketchbook. He said, the worst place to fail is publicly. I don't take his advice because I'm on YouTube every day now and I fail. I fail every day. It makes me stronger though. Stronger than Howard Chaykin. But he makes a point that, you know, the time to work some of that stuff out is in your sketchbooks. So if there's a shot, like an upshot or a certain thing that you're still a little iffy on, keep working it out till you perfect it and then bring that into your published work. So if there's like watercolor or whatever you said isn't your strong forte right now, stick with what you know, publish the book that way, and then keep working on, you know, the other stuff in your sketchbooks or in your spare time, and then bring that into your work later once you've kind of got it down.
Good advice. Yeah, you don't want to experiment with those things on something that you're working on for like a client, especially.
Yeah, if you're getting paid for it and it's going to be published or printed, Yeah, don't do it there.
And if you guys want more sage advice from Art and his 35 years of experience, you should totally submit in the link in the description for portfolio review.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do one, but we're kind of getting low on portfolios, right?
Yeah, if you guys submit some, we'll do some. We only have a few. I haven't looked at it in a little while. I'll have to check and see. But we were running low last I checked.
It's the Media Fire, right?
Yes, it is the... there's a Dropbox link to a media... Well, there's a MediaFire link, yes, not a Dropbox link. And it'll be in the description. James says, will R.T. Bear be destroying all supposed competition on Drawn and Quartered tonight? The theme is cosmic characters.
No.
Ooh, Gonzo the Great just sent us $4.99. I think it just disappeared. Where did it just go?
Gonzo just disappeared. No,
Gonzo.
Come back, Gonzo.
He just sent us a super chat and then it disappeared. Did I wait too long? It said, thank you for your professionalism. There we go. Thanks for your professionalism and being great to the fans. Your success is well earned. We love the Hack Shack studio.
Well, here you go, Gonzo, right here.
Oh, thank you, Gonzo.
Wait. A double go. A double go, Gonzo.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Let me see. Durakin, are you asking for advice? Let me see. I got yelled at my campaign and what? I get yelled at my campaign and colors did a disservice to the line art that I have. So now I'm being trepidatious towards coloring it and starting the campaign.
Well, also, what did my dad say? Opinions are like a-holes. Everyone's got one.
And yours stinks. That's what my mom used to say.
Yeah. So be aware of that too. So you kind of have to evaluate your own work and what you want to do and how you feel about it. You can't always look for acceptance from the masses. So it's a weird kind of catch-22. So the thing is, you got to listen to people. You have to be open to criticism, but at the same time, you have to evaluate your own work and what you want your voice to be and how you want to present yourself, your artwork. So, and that can only come from you.
Yeah.
So if you're okay with it and you're prideful and you think it's great, then you should put it out. As long, my daughter's in art school right now, and I always say, don't discount anybody's input right away. Think about it, and there's a little part of all of us. This is where I'm going to get deep and metaphysical. There's a part of each one of us that knows fundamental truth. Like you can feel it. Like you might not be able to intellectualize it or like totally figure it out, but you'll feel it. You'll understand it. So those are what I think are fundamental truths. So if somebody says something and you think about it, and then you're like, nah, they're full of you know what, then you just identify it and you move on, right? You don't even think about it again. But if you come back and go, wait a minute, why am I being a little bit defensive here? Why does this impact me to this extent? You know, why does it bug me?
Yeah.
And so then that's like one of those voices. And then if you look deeper into it, you might find that they have a point. But having said that, sometimes people don't have a point. Sometimes people just want to tear you a new, you know what.
Yeah.
So you have to evaluate that for yourself. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And it never goes away.
Because it's like you said, like, are they getting to you because they're harsh? Is it getting to you because it's someone you respect? Or are they getting to you because
it's a truth?
Yeah. Like, you know, maybe you have trouble drawing hands and then someone's like, those hands look terrible. And the reason that you're mad they said it is because
yeah,
they're not that strong. So I think you're right about it. That's very good advice. And I think it depends on if the project is purely for you or if you were hired to do something.
Yeah, that too. Because if it's your project, then you get to evaluate it 100%. But if it's like DC or Marvel, then you pretty much have to do whatever they say.
Yeah, if they don't like it, you have to take that into consideration regardless of if they're wrong or right. Hardware War says Mike's doing a call-in show. You should troll him. But Ray Fulu says, no, don't troll. It's cross-examinations. One of his other shows, sure. I hope that's not his regular number. He put out his number. He'll get tons of SJW threats.
What?
So I guess Mike is doing a call-in show for cross-examinations right now via the phone.
Oh, he talked about it last night, and John and I were like, "You should do it," but we meant for like not cross-examine. So what he's doing is he's doing Q&As, Taylor.
Via the phone?
Yeah, but it's not. It is his phone, but it's a phone number dedicated just to that. So then he can do. You know how we have the chat here where we can communicate. He's doing things directly to the phone, so he can have conversations with people.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea.
Just be careful, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can we see the ash can? Says John Wayland.
Sure,
let me see if I can grab
I think
one.
they're behind you there.
I'll grab one.
Yeah, the studio's turned into just a warehouse. My wife also got back a bunch of printed material for
These are fresh.
the stretch goals.
We got some mock-ups of those if they want to see.
Do we have that? Yeah,
Let me
bring that.
see.
So this is the ash can coming in October of 1994, 25 years ago. Yeah, these are
Trying to find a calendar.
these are the proofs for the mini prints. So it's pretty good stock paper, glossy. And then these are the mock-ups, or I guess these are the proofs for the stickers.
I wonder where the calendar is.
Stick it to the bots. Yeah, so we're getting printed material. I think Pamela's handling most of this stuff, thank goodness.
Yes.
And so she's getting the ash cans. This is not the ash can that we're getting printed up. We're getting printed up the new 16-page story ash can. Black and White has two. So this is the 1994 collector's item ash can. And this is very, very limited.
Yeah, we can't show you the other one quite yet.
Well, it's not
printed.
Yeah, it's not printed. Yeah. What was I gonna? Did we sell out of those now? The 94 ash can?
They might be sold out. Let me see. I think that there might be one tier where you can get them. I don't know if you can get them as an add-on anymore. I believe we sold out of those.
I think the tier is sold out too.
Yeah, I think they're out.
I don't know. We might want to add up and see what we have. We could reissue some.
Yeah, we'll have to inventory them because maybe we can list some up. It was unused from you guys talking about. Oh, from myself. Those Akira cells have got to be worth a fortune, says Eric Boyd.
Yeah, I don't know.
They probably are.
Like I bought them. Gosh, it had to be like 30 years ago now.
Vossen says, Archie Bear, I'm really doubting our friendship. If you could just send those cells.
We gotta do some drinking together, something that bonds us. Maybe a good war, like a good trench story where we had each other's backs in the freezing cold.
And Title says, give me some of those Trinity pieces and I'll call you 5 days a week.
How about 8 days a week?
Akira is worth a lot because people think it's greater than it actually is, says Durakin. That is not true. It's classic.
The story, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what. I think as far as a groundbreaking piece of film at the time, it definitely was.
Animation-wise, it really is.
Yeah. And I think the story was a bit of I want to say cluster F, but it really wasn't because I think the story is just way too big to tell in a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, I think we talked about this in another live stream because you were the one who brought up that it's like a really long manga. Like it's an extensive story and they kind of tried to cram it in that one movie, which is an impossible task.
Yeah, and if I remember properly, or I remember at all, this is way back when it was released here in the States, that I don't think the manga was even finished at the time. Like the comic book was, they didn't have an ending to the story. So I don't know if the movie was meant to be serialized I heard a lot of different things. That one, the comic wasn't done, so they couldn't have done a definitive ending for the movie, and that possibly the movie was meant that there was going to be a follow-up movie, like it was going to be serialized.
That would have been interesting. I know the manga's super long, like it covers a lot of ground.
Because I don't remember if the movie itself had a definitive ending or not. It had an ending of sorts, but that movie, I will admit, it is like
all over
just
the
you're
place.
inundated with information constantly.
It's an animation spectacle, though, like without a doubt.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing how well animated that thing is, and that's really where it shines. Yeah, the story is not that strong.
After I saw that, all I was thinking is, and Disney kind of did try to get into action adventure. I don't think they did a great job with it. Well, you know what? Tarzan was pretty amazing. I should back up. There was some pretty cool movement and action in that movie. But after I saw that Akira, I was kind of, man, could you imagine Disney trying to do more of an action adventure kind of story?
I like that kind of cyberpunk aesthetic too. That really, I don't know, it was very cool art directionally.
Yeah, those bikes were really bad. Shut your mouth. I used to have the McFarlane bike and
so cool.
And the character, yeah.
They did like a whole little anime series in the McFarlane ones. I have one of them from Tenchi Muyo. I've never thought it was a good movie. Most seem to think it is. D Geek Arc says about your advice, good point. It's not a paid project, but it would be incredibly public if the final piece got chosen, and it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah, then put your best foot forward, and then do the more experimental stuff or the stuff that you're not quite as confident with. Just keep working on that and perfect it on the side.
How's Your Father has a question for you, and Art actually did a video on this subject specifically. It's early on in the channel. If you scroll back after this live stream, you should watch it, but it's called Is Art School Necessary? Is College Necessary? I believe the video is called.
Yeah.
And he asks, I assume you're self-taught, Art. Any books really help when you're starting out? And then he says, I've heard art school is only really good for networking. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, go back and check out that video. But in a nutshell, as an artist, if you're open to observation and ask yourself questions a lot, I think you can get everything you need. Just life will give it to you. So if you already have a thirst for like knowledge and trying to understand things structurally and how they're made, and you just love to doodle and draw, then you'll be fine. Books help. The Bridgman books, all of those are great. What's his name? Oh my gosh, Andrew Loomis. Yeah, even the Bern Hogarth books. The one on drapery is really good. I think it's one of the better ones I've seen. He kind of breaks down the folds and how they move. I think he even has some names for like stress folds and condensed folds, and there's different types of folds, secondary folds. So there's a lot of different places you can learn, but just life. You could go outside and just draw things you see, go to the mall, draw people, just constantly keep drawing and trying to figure out how things work. Ask yourself questions. How does that elbow lock into the, to the rest of the arm, and just things like that. And the books will help open your eyes to it. But books are always there. It's knowledge, but it's not practical knowledge. It's kind of just, it's book knowledge that even though you can understand something intellectually, like you could read it in a book, you still have to learn how to apply it. So there still is a translation between a book, and your understanding of that, and then the practicality of how to do it. So I'd say don't underestimate books. Get as many books on drawing as you can. What is his name? Jack Ham? My dad, he aspired to be an artist, I think, when he was younger, and he had this, I think it's Jack Ham book.
I'm gonna look him up.
And there's one on figure drawing. There's one on animals. They're really old. Well, most of those books I'm saying are pretty old anyway. And I remember getting that from him. I still have it. It's well loved, man. The cover is gone and it's all taped together. And
yes, it's Jack Ham with 2 M's.
Yeah.
Drawing the Head and Figure by Jack Ham. You can actually get it for $5 used.
Really? I might get one just to update. I'm going to find those books. They're just right over here.
And I guess he has a cartooning book as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yes, Jack Ham, the Head and Figure, cartooning the Head and Figure. And of course, he has the regular Head and Figure. 20 ways to draw the figure. These are pretty cool. I might actually get one of these.
I actually have that one that you just read right here.
Let me see. 4 ways to draw. Yeah, you guys can find pretty affordable copies of these on Amazon and online on thrift books. If you are serious about it and want to buy these, you can't go wrong. Let me see what else we got here. And if you guys watch the Is College Necessary live stream, I think it was a pretty good one. We really touch, and art really touches upon the networking thing in an interesting way. So I highly recommend.
Yeah, if you go to a good art school, your peer group could be the key to your success. So if you go up the ranks, these are the guys that real well. These are the guys that are going to get into positions of, they'll become editors, art directors, things like that, and they can help you down the line. So you can see this. These are all the books that kind of.
Nice.
I can't find my Bridgman book though. It must be somewhere else. So you can see this thing's well loved. Look at this. I always loved the beach. So I would take these books, probably not a good idea. I take them to the beach and I read them. So they got kind of beat up. Look at this. But this is the first edition of this book.
That's how they should look though. It means you're using them.
Yeah, this is not a reprint. This is the actual first run book. So there's the How to Draw the Marvel Way. I always thought the title was a little arrogant. What if you didn't want to draw comics the Marvel way?
It's a good book though.
Yeah, it really is a good book. I mean, it's got all the basics there that are really really helpful for a comic book artist. This book right here is pretty amazing. I had this book in the day, so I bought this recently. That's why it doesn't look as well loved. But this is a great book. Layouts, how to read. So if you're just kind of being introduced into comic books and how to do them, the Will Eisner book is really, really cool. Like I said, this is the newer version. So there's that. Let's get into this is my prize. This is my pride and joy. This is the book that I got from my father. So this is the Jack Ham book.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can see this thing is well loved. So my brother swiped it from me, drew nipples on all these girls.
Oh man!
He defaced the book. Look at, he just drew. Yeah, let's accent those.
He's like, this is missing. What is going on? He fixed them.
Yeah, little perv. I mean, they were kind of there before, but he just had to enhance them.
They weren't enough.
But yeah, this is a really good book. And if you guys look at how to draw books, there's a lot of this stuff in there. Like people have taken these examples and have brought them into their own drawing books. So this is really good.
You do see that stuff like traced all the time.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, this is my art book. Yeah, right.
That hand looks really familiar with that very expressive gesture.
Yeah, even the diagram is exactly the same as it was in the other art book. Yeah, so this, I don't know, Bernhard Hogarth is like, this is well loved too. But in this industry, Bern Hogarth, he's got a great book. I think this is, each one of these books you can learn something from it, but there's a lot of really weird.
It's not a bad place to start, but
yeah, and there's still some principles and things that I take from this book. The memorized shapes, like muscle shapes, muscle groups and stuff, but there's some really like weird proportional stuff and things going on that look weird. Like to me, this is a weird upshot. Like
it's not aesthetically pleasing either.
Yeah, they're not necessarily great drawings, but the principles are pretty good. And like I said, maybe I have. Oh, here it is, right here. This book, on the other hand, I can really recommend. I really like this book on the fold. So the arrows show you the direction of the fabric that's being pulled. So there's some really good stuff here. I got this later in life. I didn't have this when I was younger.
That's a good one.
Yeah, this book is really good, and these examples are pretty good too, where he puts the characters in poses. They're a little bit over exaggerated, but I think they're over exaggerated to show the dynamic aspects of the folds.
Yeah, when you're first starting out, I don't think you'll pick up on subtleties. They gotta kind of be a little.
Yeah, the only thing that's not in here is more contemporary clothing, because I think contemporary clothing is a little bit more form-fitting, less baggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is like his version of contemporary clothing, but this is also contemporary clothing from whenever this book was made. Yeah.
A lot of these are old, but they do, I think, stand the test. They're pretty universal.
Yeah, and here's the other Jack Ham book, the cartooning book.
That's the one that was coming up.
Yeah, if you want to borrow this, Taylor.
Oh, I'd be down. This thing looks cool.
Yeah, but there's a lot of the same principles in his other book, just as far as rhythm and balance and stuff.
And cute style too. He's like very versatile.
I like it because it's also cartooning and drawing the sensibilities of when this was done, like the 50s or 60s. So all the guys have suits on and they have hats, and the women are all very elegant looking.
Contemporary for the time.
Very sophisticated.
That's pretty cool.
Woodrow Wilson, that's timely.
It's a good likeness though.
Yeah, no, look at this.
Cute.
Yeah, this is great stuff. Yeah, this is a great book.
DC has a nice line of books for pencil, ink, and color, says title.
Yeah, these are the.
Ooh.
These are new.
These are expensive too, you guys.
Yeah.
These are a little harder to find.
Yeah, I replaced my original collection. I don't know where they are. They're probably stashed away. But yeah, this is the Loomis books. These are really good. And these two, you see other people kind of taking from these chapters.
This is the holy grail of drawing books that most people refer to.
Hey, there's the Freddie Flute jaw.
Oh.
Hey, Jimmy. And I have the figure for all it's worth. Yeah.
YouTube, don't demonetize us for artful nudes.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even think of that.
It's a drawing. They can't.
But, oh my gosh, look at this. Putting figures in perspective.
Wow, this is extensive.
It's good stuff. These drawings are
strong.
Awesome, man.
Very good gestural stuff.
Yeah. He's the master.
There we go. That's really cool.
No one like pen and inks anymore. Like they used to draw these things in ink and stuff. I miss that. You don't see that in contemporary art very much anymore. Light, darks.
That's pretty cool. They have the lighting breakdown. I didn't know they had
Yeah,
that in there.
some guys on their art table, they'll have like a mannequin head, and the reason they have that is one, they can just reference it and they can move it around, but they can also see how they just show the light. They'll just get
The
their lamp,
sources.
their table lamp, and they'll just put it on the mannequin, and then they can kind of figure out some lighting ideas and stuff that way as well.
Very cool.
Greg Capullo told me, and I did it for a while, is just pick up like not action figures, but kind of like Barbies or like G.I. Joes, like the 12-inch stuff, the bigger stuff, and just like kind of you can move, just for a basic idea, you can move the heads around and the bodies around for basic positions. I think he was mainly talking about the heads, though. You know, how to move the head around and things.
Yeah, I guess because it's like a limited motion kind of.
Yeah, because the bodies are pretty lame. And then I have this, which looks really cool, but
the thing is cool.
It's kind of impractical, but you can get some basic gestures and things out of it. The cool thing is the waist twists, but it's a little too articulate. It's a little too weird. Unless you understand how to fill the gaps, it's, I wouldn't recommend this for the week.
It's definitely not a beginner's model, yeah, because like you said, if you don't know the pieces, you're going to be bridging things in a really weird way.
Yeah, because there's a lot of, like, this moves in a lot of different ways, but there's also these major gaps in the anatomy that might mess you up. But it looks really damn cool.
It is very cool.
I like the fingers. Like the fingers are all like, each one of the fingers moves individually.
Individual little joints.
Yeah. So sometimes you can get these things and just look at the hands. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to look at the whole pose, but you can kind of use the hands. And they also have you seen those, Taylor? They have a hand.
I've seen the wood ones, but they're not like, I haven't seen like an intricate one.
Yeah, I think there's some that are more intricate like this, but this also has the thumb that bends inside right here in the palm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's a good little intricate piece right there.
A lot of them don't have that, so that's very cool. And then this is my favorite, the toes. My big toe. Yeah, these all move together, but you can move them individually from the big toe.
Man, that thing makes me nervous. There's so many little moving pieces on it.
Yeah, that one is cool. And then a lot of people use this one. I think I lost his hand. Yeah, his hand. Sometimes these things they fall apart.
That sucks, because that one's real cool.
Yeah. And I think you can just push the fist. They have different hands too that you can use. This one's cool because it doesn't have the toes, but it's almost better because it has a foot with a sole, like a shoe. And then it moves more like a shoe, because you're probably going to be drawing people with shoes on more than you're going to be drawing barefoot people.
It's like a general pose, kind of.
Yeah, the knees don't quite move. There's kind of this weird joint here, so they don't quite move like real knees do. But the elbow joints are pretty good.
How's your father says that Loomis book looks so awesome.
Yeah. Do yourself a favor. I'm going to reread it when I get some time. What I do every once in a while, look at this right in here, though. The inside joint here is really cool. It moves
twist
really well.
On that.
Yeah.
I've actually heard artists, pros, not in comics, crap on Bern Hogarth. Says, how's your father?
Yeah, I'm not going to crap on it. Any place you can get knowledge from, you can learn from everybody, and there is stuff to learn. I will praise that Fold book, because I think that's very cool. But his anatomy book is it's a little weird. Yeah, there's some weird stuff there. I'm gonna get back into drawing now.
Tarzan, they used a whole new 3D system of animation / coloring system that they ended up scrapping, says Durakin.
Really?
I remember at the beginning they were
yeah, we thought we had learning curve with black and white.
Yeah, they were really toting like the 3D animation thing. I don't know if they scrapped it though. DC line of books. Yeah, that Loomis book is very cool. I think like physical copies are a little difficult to find that aren't super expensive these days. There might be PDFs around.
Yeah, I found these at an obscure art store. So they had like a little book section in the back. I mean, a tiny, tiny little book section. And I found those. They were really expensive, but I had to get them. I think every artist should have those as the core. And I didn't go over the Bridgman book because I couldn't find it, but George Bridgman is pretty cool. He breaks things down kind of mechanically, like levers and stuff on how the joints work.
He does like the shape-based stuff. Is that where you draw inside a square and stuff?
No, he'll break things down to like fulcrums and pulleys and levers. Ooh. Like how the anatomy works from a more mechanical point, like less. Because sometimes the thing about I like drawing robots and mechanical things because robots and mechanical things only work in a certain way. There's not a lot of variables, like they're simple mechanisms. The human figure and animals and stuff, there's so many variables to the way the muscles and the body moves that they're less mathematical. They're less rigid. There's just more variables. And I think when you draw, the way Bridgman breaks them down is he breaks them down into kind of like mechanical, how the basic mechanics of each one of the joints work, and then kind of how the tendons work, like rubber bands and things like that. So for somebody like me, I think I'm more mechanical oriented. Some people are more like they just sketch out and free form lines and stuff like that. I still break things down a little bit like that, but my approach is way more mechanical, I think.
I could definitely see that. I think you take to robots and stuff very well. Let me see. The 3D system they made for Tarzan with it for all the trees and tree surfing stuff. They used it for Treasure Planet, which was a flop, and that was the last time using it as far as I know.
It was a flop, but that thing looked pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I rewatched it a while ago, and some of the 3D animation doesn't mesh super well.
Oh, really?
Like the whales and stuff that are in space.
Oh, I forgot about that stuff. Yeah.
That part didn't. There's some really cool stuff in that movie visually, but I remember I was like, they shouldn't have even included this scene because it looks pretty bad. Because
that was the time, even DreamWorks, with Sinbad and stuff, they were using fully rendered CGI, right? It wasn't even and they were kind of merging it with traditional, right?
Yeah, it wasn't meshing well at the time. And the first half of Treasure Planet, I think, is really good. It's when they actually get to the Treasure Planet that the movie gets kind of bad.
Just story-wise, yeah.
Yeah, from a story point.
But I thought that, what is his name? The pirate guy.
John Silver.
Yeah, I thought that stuff was CGI meets traditional. And I thought that stuff was pretty flawless.
Oh, yeah,
the
his
robot arm and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I thought there was some stuff that worked, but just I think one of the best incorporations of it was Iron Giant.
Yes.
Where they went reverse. So instead of trying to bring the movie up to the CG level, they brought the CG down to the 2D level. You know what I mean? It was almost counterintuitive the way they did it. So instead of saying, look at all the bells and whistles, they went, this robot's going to be way easier and more, it's going to work better.
It meshed seamlessly.
Yeah, and then they stripped it down to basic line art, right? So the Iron Giant itself was kind of just stripped down to basic 2D line art, right?
Pamela just brought in cookies.
Ooh, those smell so good.
Thank you.
Hey, Pamela, somebody...
Girls.
Oh, were
they?
Somebody Googled, searched this Freddy flute.
Uh-huh.
In its entirety, it's worth $600 and something.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Freddy is
Do we have the rest of it?
No, but this thing's got to be like 50 years old. Because what they say it was 69, 70 or whatever that that show was even on.
Oh,
I was 8 when I got that. I probably just hounded my parents. I gotta have it. Buy some more, whatever, because you had to have the Kellogg's, what are those box tops? Is that what those were?
yeah.
And then you cut them off, and then you save them and mail them off, and you get freebies.
Were you guys showing the new color for the stuff?
This?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we showed off the
And we gave you full credit for putting it together. Oh, but we didn't tell the story. You want to tell the story? This is Pamela, by the way, my wife, and she's the editor on.
No, guys tell.
Yeah, but you're the one that actually did battle.
No, hun, you did. You did.
All right, we took these to a local printer, and we'd used them many times before, and they were always really, really cool. And we always say, shoot on the lighter side, because all their printing, their machines and stuff always printed dark. So we went there, we brought the stuff, thought it would be kind of business as usual. Pamela told them still, please print on the lighter side.
Twice.
And so.
And I sent an email that said, please make proofs and I'll come and look at them.
Yeah, she's got a mouthful of cookie, by the way, you guys.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so she sent them an email and told them that she'd come by and look at the proofs. And they said, no worry, no problem. Because we've been working with them for the last couple of years now. So they finish it up. Pamela goes to pick them up, brings them back. These things were shot so dark, you guys. You can barely make out details. And so they really weren't up to snuff. So I called. Well, you dealt with them first, right?
Right. We contacted them and said, hey, there's a problem here. We paid a lot of money for these things and they're not right. And they were like, oh, well, if you'll pay us again, we'll do them again. And that's when you took over.
Yeah, they said that they would print them again, but we'd have to pay for them again. And I'm like, yeah, well, no S, yeah, we could go anywhere if we wanted to get them reprinted again. So then I talked to the guy, and he's like, oh, well, how about I just charge you for, what was it, like the materials and the, all the work. What do they call that? The work that you have to put into it, our time. I won't charge you. So it came out to like, $600 or $700, and I'm like, this is unacceptable, man.
We already paid.
Yeah, we already paid a lot for it, and then you want to make more money on top of that.
Another half.
And it was your mistake. And I said, usually, I run business, and when it's my mistake, I have integrity. I'll accept something if it's my mistake. But this had nothing to do with me. This is all on you guys. So, anyways, he got really, really mad. God, what did he say to me? It was so funny. He was like, so you want me to be out this money? You want me to lose money? Is that what you're saying? And I'm saying, no, I don't want anybody to lose money. I don't want any of this. Like, I wanted this stuff to be done right the first time. If we could actually have a choice, if we're going what we want. But I don't want you to lose money. And he's like, well, that's what I'm going to do. And I said, and then I just threw it back at him. I go, well, do you want me to be out the money then? Because that's what you're saying. And then he's like, okay, I'll do it.
So just know, guys, we fight to get you guys the best quality, for the Indiegogo as possible.
Because here at Hack Shack, quality is job one. I think I borrowed that from somebody.
It's ours now.
We just swiped it. Yeah, so it's administrative stuff that, you know, is a learning curve, things that, you know, behind the scenes things, trying to figure out how to run these Indiegogo campaigns, deal with printers and different people to get the best quality at the best price.
James says, I hope you find someone more reliable and customer oriented to work with in the future.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be them. The funny thing is when we showed some of that stuff, or we're talking to somebody who had an Indiegogo campaign, a couple people actually, they were asking us, where do you get the print? You know, what printer did you use? You know, like details and stuff like that. And I almost actually promoted them, and I'm glad I didn't, because this is before we got the proofs back, before we got to see the printed stuff back. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because they might have been shafted too.
But, you know, in the future.
Yeah. So, should we start wrapping this up?
Yeah,
think?
we've been going for almost 3 hours.
Yeah. So this has been a lot of fun, though.
This is a good one. Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys.
I'm going to eat this cookie.
Go ahead and eat that cookie.
I'm going to eat this cookie.
No, it's been a good one. And
it says end stream. Does that mean that's not that we ended it, right?
No, we just got to click it to end it.
To end it. Okay.
We're doing a direct live stream instead of through a Google Hangouts this time, you guys. I think the picture is a lot better. So hopefully
Wait a minute. Did you say we've been 3 hours?
It's 2:45. We've been here for
almost
2
3
hours.
hours.
2 hours and 45 minutes. I can't talk.
Okay.
Draken says, put that cookie down. Never.
Oh my gosh. Did she heat these up?
I think so. They're really good. But yeah, we've been going for almost 3 hours. Thanks to all you guys who've been hanging out with us. It's been fun. I guess, should we just summarize everything we talked about?
Sure. Yeah, we can talk us out.
All right. So this is, don't forget, Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. It's a hardcover coffee table art book will be available on Indiegogo later this month. We'll keep you up to date on when that is released. Make sure to spread the word about it's coming to the Indiegogo. Be sure to join the newsletter, kept up to date on all this stuff. Get the news first. Don't forget Freddie the Flute.
Oh,
no!
His head fell off.
I'm glad you didn't drop him.
Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. Jimmy!
And if you want our full lowdown on Oodles and the status of Black and White, please go ahead and check out that update where we kind of explain everything. Black and White is still in demand. It will be in demand until we go to print. So don't forget about Black and White. Don't forget, I'm trying to think, newsletter, Mark Bagley page is still available.
Oh, wait. I have those pages. I can show them real quick.
Oh, yeah. Let's show the ones that are still around. So these are still available.
Marcus Baglius. Let me move my light box. Yes, here we go. It's actually like a light pad now. Huh? It's not a box. You guys should see this.
They're pretty cool.
This thing's really cool.
Look how thin it is.
Really lightweight. Okay, yeah, so there's this one, Trinity DC Weekly book. Did some years ago. Somebody asked me when. 6 years or so?
Wow, really?
This is before you started working here, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I think this was the transitional book that
Must have been right before then.
we did when we were moving the studio from your Belinda back to the house here.
This is a cool book, and there's some really cool pages. You guys can
How's it framing up there? Am I cutting part of it off?
just like the tippy top of the middle page. It looks like it's framed up pretty good on my end.
Okay, I just want to
can
make
show you.
sure, because the other day I was like cut things off. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Looks pretty good right now. There we go.
So this is 4, but I have a huge stack of these things, so I think I'm going to make them available again. So we're only making this available through the newsletter right now. So if you contact me through the newsletter, I can hook you up with these pages. I think the prices are on the newest newsletter update as well. And I may be offering these actual pages on Mike S. Miller's auction this Friday. These are really expensive pages, though. Oh, shoot.
Not that though.
Yeah. Well, maybe I could. Do I have a price on it? No. This is expensive, too. This is a cover Dynamite Red Sonja did a while ago.
Which you can get a print of on the Art by Thibert store.
Yes. All right. So enough of that craziness.
So if you're curious, you can contact Art through the website. There's a contact form there if you want to ask about those pages. And if you're a part of the newsletter, you'll see the prices on there. Newsletter is important. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss when we go live and when we're going to be talking about cereal, toys, and old cartoons.
I can't show you that, but
that's a big spoiler.
These are some of the patches I'm working on now. It's just a little bit of a
pretty cool
teaser. Oh,
no!
It's more of a teaser than I thought.
All right, you got anything else to plug, Art?
I think that's it. Do we have some writing to do now?
Let's do a little bit of writing. Thank you, guys. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We'll see you next time.
Yes. See you guys.